How we doing?
Ron Swanson puts me into a good mood every single time.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
It's a bold statement, but if I had to put together a list of the Jason Suchanek top 5 TV characters, because movie and TV, two different things. Top 5 TV characters.
Whoa.
Juan. Apparently, his Mexican cousin, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Number one?
Not only is he in my top 5, he is clearly on the medal stand and is competing for gold. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not ready to just jump in and say number 1.
He's an all-time character.
But he is a top 5 for certain. And I'm almost guaranteed as I went through this that he would be on my medal stand and is a strong contender for the gold medal.
Boy, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Top 5? You said just TV?
Well, yeah, because movies and TV are two entirely different things. But if you're going TV characters, Swanson he's in rarefied air for me to the point where in my house one year, my late wife, she knew how much I loved Ron Swanson. And there's one of my favorite episodes is where Ron goes to Charles Mulligan's Steakhouse, the best damn steakhouse in the best damn state. And it gets closed down for health violations and Ron can't handle it. It's where give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Wait, what I think you heard was bring me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was bring me all the bacon and eggs you have. And the poster of that is framed in his office of the Charles Mulligan Steakhouse. My wife knew I loved Ron Swanson so much. She went out and found like a digital image of that, had it blown up professionally, and it's framed and matted still in my living room. That's like Ron carries a special, and I love Nick Offerman, and it's just he is just an absolute delight. And I'm trying to think of who else, that would be in that because there's so many good ones.
While you've been talking, I've been racking my brain.
I was kind of giving you some time because I could see your head spinning a little bit.
It has exploded.
The first one that jumped to mind for me, and I don't know that it even belongs there, but as far as iconic character, I thought Ari Gold, Jeremy Piven in Entourage.
Yeah, that's good.
I was
character.
never he's a great character.
I don't think that's a great show.
I'm just not I'm not a huge Entourage.
Well, I've got an easy one.
Yeah.
And he's probably number 1 for me anyway. And that's Larry David.
Yeah. Yeah. As Larry David.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's really not a character.
It's Larry David as
him,
Larry David.
But it's a character.
Yes.
I mean, dude, he's the best of all time.
Yeah. Larry is special. Kramer for a lot of people on Seinfeld is going to be up there.
George for a lot of people on Seinfeld would be up there.
Yeah, Seinfeld is definitely going to be one. I think some people are going to go Homer Simpson. I think Al Bundy probably hits for a lot of different people.
Al was great, but I mean, isn't that a little cliche? The old
I could see that
curmudgeon-y sports guy,
but
kind of simple.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of men would have to, they feel like they have to say Al Bundy.
Sure.
You don't.
No,
you don't have to say Al Bundy.
But Michael Scott.
Be better than that.
The Office is going to.
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight. Yeah, I would say Dwight more than.
Well, and then I always loved Sam Malone. I was a big Cheers guy growing up. And
there you go.
I mean, maybe you like.
What about Theo Huxtable?
What about Cliff Huxtable?
Well, Cliff.
Yeah. Before the 97 rapes.
He's off my list now.
Cliff Huxtable would be high on that list. Don Draper would be one.
Ooh,
Tony Soprano.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Frank Reynolds.
Yes.
You love you some Frank.
See, Frank is one of those guys. If there was someone
And I'm more of a Charlie guy.
Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, me
Charlie
too.
or Mac?
No, it begins
Dude,
it begins and ends with Frank.
Charlie is the best guy on that show.
No.
And it's not close.
Well, Charlie is amazing, but Frank, there's just something about the warthog. There's just too many classic Frank Reynolds moments. I didn't know if they wanted money or something more sexual. But either way, I started blasting. And it's a good thing I had both of my guns because I'm not sure that one would get it done. I love that.
So the fan text line is 503-864-6326. Rank the great Rons. Swanson, Burgundy, Sloy. Wow. What a great ranking. And this is no offense to Ron Sloy, but he's going to be third, even though we love him dearly here.
But he's in rarefied air.
He is rarefied air.
I mean, come on, just to be in that ranking is great.
Yeah. Some people are throwing out Kenny Powers.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? Oh, you want me to do that?
All three of them have fantastic mustaches, too, I realize.
Swanson 1.
I'm going
Burgundy 2.
I'm going Burgundy 1.
You got now. See,
Swanson 2.
Totally get it.
Sloy 3.
But
Ron Burgundy is one of my. Now that's a movie character.
That's a movie character.
So I can't put him in our rankings.
Yeah.
But the way Will Ferrell played that character It's just an all-timer for me.
Well, and the cool part about a character like that is it becomes part of the lexicon. Whether you really knew Anchorman or watched it or not, you know who Ron Burgundy is. It's the same thing with Ron Swanson. They become part of pop culture, and that's when you know that you really have a character that has struck a nerve.
What about Baby Billy?
Oh God,
of Baby Billy's Bubble Bunkers.
I was surprised you guys hadn't hit that yet.
Boy, that is.
It's just hard. There's a lot.
There's a lot to get through,
and he's kind of a bit character, but dude, Baby Billy might be pound for pound because he's not in it. He's not the main guy. Baby Billy, pound for pound, is as good as anyone. I'm sorry, that arc of Teengus, it's just it's a stroke of gold. In fact, that's another one that I say on a daily basis to my daughter. Get out, nerd! I got time for your worthless chime-ins. Go on, get outside.
What about this one's a little off the beaten path, but as you well know, I'm a huge Peaky Blinders guy.
You do like Peaky Blinders.
I thought that was a great show.
Yeah.
Tommy Shelby.
Yeah, Tommy's great.
Great character.
Absolutely. And again, it's not a comedy, but that's like Tony Soprano. He makes that whole show.
Have you heard the guy who plays Arthur Shelby has had problems with fans coming up to him and trying to shove cocaine in his pockets because of his habits on the show?
Really?
Yeah.
I could see it.
Well, Frank from Shameless is another one for me that I just absolutely love. William H. Macy, it's his best role. And again, it's just...
Yeah, there's a lot of good characters on that show.
There is. I mean, and I, as you can tell, I tend to like anti-heroes. Like I enjoy... I just enjoy the guy that lives on the outskirts. They play in the margins, so to speak. Those are always, I think, the funnest characters for me to watch. Whether that's being a crime, like you said, like Tommy Shelby or I don't know, Ray Donovan, if you liked that show, or I was a big Sons of Anarchy guy. Jax was a great character. Or you go someone that's just absurd comedy, like a Ron Swanson or a Frank Reynolds.
Now we got to go to Succession.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
Some great characters in that.
Well, and I don't know about you, but
Tom Wamsgans.
Yeah, but there's only one.
Tom and Greg is a package deal.
Dude, that's a great pair.
But I mean, again, there's one guy that oversays it's Logan. His use of the F word, the F off. Come on. Like, again, lots of nice bit players, but there's one man that was the tent pole of that show, and it was freaking incredible.
You notice no one has mentioned Ted Lasso yet?
No, that's
one person
another
on the
one.
text line.
I'm certain for some people that Lasso will forever be, because he was like a ball of positivity. You mentioned it the other day. That was the right show at the right time.
It's what people needed then.
They needed that. They absolutely needed that. Another one for me, I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but did you ever watch Vikings?
No, never did.
The guy that played the main character, Ragnar Lothbrok, is freaking amazing. It is as good a character, and when he died, the show never... It was one of those, like, when Michael Scott left. It was still a good show, but you could never duplicate when Ragnar left.
Ooh, going in the kind of medieval time era, what about Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones?
Phenomenal.
Great one.
Dude, again, made the whole show. Absolutely
Tyrion, your favorite... You think that was the best character?
I
of
don't
Game
know
of Thrones?
if it was the best character. I mean, I think that...
I thought
Lena Headey, or what was her name?
Arya?
Well, Arya was the girl. She was great.
You're talking about the...
I was talking about the incestuous...
the evil
evil
Cersei,
mother.
or
Cersei.
Cersei.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I didn't like her as much. I liked Arya as...
Arya was great.
She was my favorite.
Yeah.
But it may just have been the actual...
But it was not Littlefinger. It was Tyrion's turn of phrase that was so catchy.
Yeah. Well, and again, he was a guy that ended up being, whether you thought he was the best or not, he was the tent pole. He was the guy that stirred that entire thing and was the common thread throughout the entire show. And then, I mean, you could go with the Mother of Dragons right until the end when they decided to ruin her character.
Yeah, before the heel turn.
Yeah, for no reason whatsoever. They just were like, oh, here, let's take a hard left.
Now, Deal on the text line says, now name your favorite female characters. We have not named one, have we? Besides Arya?
Well, Arya, I guess we just talked about Game of Thrones. Yeah, maybe that does say something that they're,
Well, we're sexist pigs.
We are sexist pigs.
What about the mom from, I forget her name, the mom from...
You son of a bitch. You're just going with the mom.
Point.
Just staying... Yeah, exactly.
Boy, can I say, honestly...
The mom from Arrested Development.
Yes.
Oh,
was
yeah, Lucille Blue.
She was great.
Lucille Blue.
How about Schitt's Creek mom? Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara.
She was great.
Yeah, she's really good.
Can I say, though, like... I'm being dead serious.
Ooh, got another one.
It bothers me that we went this long and didn't name a female character.
Well, that's your own fault.
Yeah, that is my own fault.
You big jerk. You still haven't named one.
And I don't think you guys have watched this show, but I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Selena Meyer on Veep is outstanding.
Dude, Veep is amazing.
I've told you about this before. You guys probably didn't see the show, but I'm telling you, one of the best female performances on a TV show in a long time.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Is Jodie Comer. She played Villanelle on Killing Eve.
Yeah, she's really good.
Dude, she's tremendous. Just even with her facial expressions, she is so good. If you never watched that show, I mean, the show's okay. She is really good in that.
But there is an element, I think, with
and kind of hot.
Well, and this is what women have been saying for years: is they don't get the best roles. Right? More often than not, the male ends up being the starring role. Oh, you can make the argument like Parks and Rec. Ron Swanson is my favorite. You can make the argument that Leslie Knope is the star of that show. That Leslie Knope is the one that stirs that entire thing.
What about Julie Bowen, Modern Family?
Modern Family?
She was the mom on Modern Family. She's
Absolutely,
great.
Yeah. Problem is now that like
But she's like the 5th best character on that show.
When you try to go the other...
listen to you, pig.
I think Sofia Vergara is better than her on that show.
What?
Yes.
No way.
I was never a huge Modern Family guy. So I feel like I need to sit that one out. I think Phil was probably, when I watched, Phil was probably my favorite, but I was never a...
Well, dumb feeds just... Again, you're going back to the goofy, dumb, I can't do anything right dad.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of cliche.
It's an easy... Well, I thought that whole show was kind of easy and cliche.
Well, it is.
And this is going to be another weird one, because I know you guys both don't watch, but he's been around. We talked about it yesterday. He's been around for like 27 years. And speaking of anti-heroes, he might be the worst character in the history of television, Eric Cartman. I mean...
Iconic. Yeah?
I can't even begin to tell you the things that Eric Cartman has done on that show.
Most of them you can't say on air.
No, you can't. They are the most horrific. He might be the worst character in the history of television, and yet he's brilliant.
Wow.
And it's been going on for almost 30 years.
I'm looking at a list. Some Digital Spy put out a list of the top female TV characters of the 21st century.
Yeah.
You know who's number one?
Lucille Ball, maybe?
No. Buffy Summers from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. People love that show.
And that's played by, what's her name?
Sarah Michelle
Gellar. Yeah. Now, Arya, by the way, from Game of Thrones is number 3 on this list.
Okay, who's
Arya
2?
Stark. 2, they have How to Get Away with Murders, Annalise Keating.
How to Get Away with Murders.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that show.
I don't know that.
I don't know the
character. Was that what was her name?
Annalise Keating.
Is that the actor or the actor?
I think that's the character name.
Is that Kerry Washington that plays that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't recognize her.
I think that might be it, but I'm not certain. Now, if we did movies...
Wait a minute. Hold on. I got one more TV one, and I have to throw this out there before we move on.
Yeah.
Because I cannot stand her. Number 5 on this list?
Yeah.
Samantha Jones, Sex in the City.
Nope.
Oh.
God, I hated how she played that character. Yeah. She was the one that was all sexed up, like
that was Kim. I was trying to think Kim Cattrall.
Yes, Kim Cattrall's character.
She's better than Sarah Jessica Parker.
She was 5th on this list.
Those two are clearly the worst.
I mean, look, she did a great job on the show, but I just thought she was really annoying. Really annoying.
See, I would find this way easier. If you did female movie leads, I think there's way more badass female movie leads.
Well, that's a whole other segment.
Than there are TV.
How are we going to get to that?
Probably not. I feel bad though that
let's talk about sports.
That a female character didn't even pop into my head for best TV characters.
Well, you should feel bad. Be better.
Well, I wonder if I asked a female that question, is she saying the same thing where male characters don't pop into her head because you relate more to, obviously, you're going to relate to a character that's of your same sex. Would a woman ask that same question? Would they give you 4 or 5 female names before they ever came up with a male?
I am looking at who is out in the sales office right now, and I will go out there and conduct an informal poll during the break.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. by that. Am I just indeed a sexist bastard? Which I'm open to that idea.
I mean, you definitely are.
Yeah.
It's just
in this case,
how much?
Yeah, how much? Yeah, sliding scale, if you will.
All right, we are here for you. It is Wednesday, I think.
It is.
Is that what they're saying?
You are correct, sir.
Dan Lanning. We asked this question yesterday, and it came true. He did make headlines at Big Ten Media Day.
Yeah.
We'll start there next on 105.1 The Fan. in a moment. But I went out there.
How sexist are we?
Well, I went out there. Okay, so there's some meetings going on around here.
Okay.
Commerce.
Things happening.
That's right.
A lot of moving parts. A lot of people are saying Odyssey has diarrhea.
There was only one female.
That's it, huh? Is our whole office sexist that we have one female?
Well,
God, we're the worst.
Luke was out there. Joe Fisher was out there. Johnny from sales was out there. Yeah. And then...
Dude, it's a sausage fest out there.
I forget her name.
Look at you.
What's her name?
So I would like to point out that not only are we a bunch of sexist bastards, we have one female, and you don't even know what her name is.
What's her name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
We have Russian.
We have more than one female.
Svetlana? Is that her name?
The Belarusian Swan.
What's her name? You don't know it either. What's her name, Buck? Oh my God, I feel terrible.
I don't know, but I don't pretend to.
None of us know her name? Oh, that's terrible. We should know her name.
I don't think I've ever met her.
Wow. That's bad.
Let's go with Svetlana, though.
Svetlana.
It's not Svetlana.
It's not Svetlana.
It's something like that, though, isn't it?
You mean by something like that? Do you mean Russian?
Well, she's Russian. She has a Russian name.
She did put borscht in the fridge.
Do we have a directory or anything? God dang it. Anyway, I gave her the test.
Okay.
Now, Luke and everybody else was chiming in, but I didn't really care about them. But I couldn't lead on that I was looking for a female character. So I just did it the same way you did it.
Yeah.
You were asking, what are your top... So the first segment you asked, what are the top TV characters?
Yes.
Of the last, 25 years or whatever.
Sure, whatever.
And we went a while without naming a female before we caught on that we were sexist.
Yes. Someone pointed that out, and we were like, damn it.
So I went out and asked her, and do you care to guess what ended up happening? She mentioned, so it took her a while because, I had her on the spot, and, people get flustered.
Sure.
Particularly when it's us.
Yeah, you're like,
They're worried that they're going to make the show and get made fun of or whatever.
Yeah, well, which is a valid point.
She named 3 people.
How many females?
She named exactly on the list of 3 of her favorite TV characters. 0.
See? I think we're off the hook.
So now we're happy.
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's right.
We're not a bunch of sexist bastards. Or everyone. How about this? TV is sexist. It's not us.
Not our fault.
It's not our problem. It's television and those horse crap writers.
You want to know who she named?
What do you got?
Don Draper.
Oh, there you go. That came up.
She likes Richie, who plays the cousin on The Bear.
The Bear, okay.
And then she liked...
That's a foolish choice, but all right.
She liked Roy Kent from Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
But not a female to be named.
Not a female to be named. So once again, not our fault. To all the Beller listeners tuning in, we are not sexist. Blame the patriarchy.
Far from it.
Far from it.
Far from it.
Far from it.
All right. Well, I listened in on Dan Lanning today.
As did I.
I don't know if you did. Oh, you did.
I did.
Yeah, he was out
there.
there.
To hear what old Dan Lanning had to say.
Yeah, he's, I don't know. He plays his cards very close to the vest.
Yeah. Well, he's not giving you anything, really.
Hence, he plays his cards very close to the vest.
Yeah. He does speak in a lot of... he does play the underdog, we're mighty different card. He likes that one a lot.
I like his... The thing I do like about him is you can always suss out his Lanningisms. Like, he always has a mantra.
Sure.
Or a way of sort of rallying everyone behind one theme. And I picked up 2 of them from his press conference today. I don't know if you caught this. And we'll interview him here. I was just told by Dusty that he will be back on our show this fall to talk about sports and football.
Baseball and Kansas City Chiefs and barbecue.
But it's like when you talk football with him, it's not, he doesn't give you anything. So then what you want to do is talk about like his front door at his house or his kids. Because then he'll talk with you.
Yes.
But then he gets a little perturbed that we're not talking about football, but then you go back to football and it's like, you're not really giving us anything.
It's a delicate dance.
He's a tough one.
Yeah.
He's a tough one to interview.
He brought up his kids today.
He sure did.
Yeah.
And he named them all. They're 15, 14, and 12 at this point.
He was talking about hiking with one.
And he said a lot of camps.
Yeah. Sports camps and different summer camps. You got to keep the kids busy, man.
That's right.
Got to get out there in the camps.
When you're 12, 14, and 15, you don't get bored, or at least you shouldn't.
Oh, you kidding me?
There's a lot going on.
Dude, kids get bored nonstop.
Well, I'm saying you don't want them to. You,
No,
you want to keep
exactly.
them in activities.
Well, that and it gets them out of the house because no one wants the kids around.
Back
the house.
in my day, we used to go climb trees and ride bikes.
We just would leave the house and then you would just go out and, like, I don't know, light something on fire. But you're not allowed to do that anymore. It has to be supervised fun. You have to have structure, balance, if you will.
Anyway, one of them was, he says they're doubling down on last season.
Yeah, he said fitting that they're in Las Vegas because their thing this season is
doubling down. That's his big thing with the team is that we're doubling down on what we did last year.
I don't really know what that means, but okay. Let's stick with that mantra.
It means, well...
So what you did last year worked, so let's do it again.
Harder.
Double.
I see.
We're throwing another bet out there.
The right way, the wrong way, and the landing way. It's the wrong way, but faster.
Football's football, and the only way to get better at it is to play football.
If you thought 100% was good, watch when we give you 200%.
And the other one that I picked up on, which I loved, and he always has these.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he gets them. He always has these. He was talking about Dante Moore. He was asked about Dante Moore, and he said, Dante doesn't want to be in a microwave society.
Oh.
He wants to sit down and have a slow-cooked meal.
Interesting. I like that. That's pretty good.
I thought that was great.
He did speak very highly of Dante. The one that I heard him, he was on an interview with Jeff Schwartz, and he was talking about, someone asked him about Dante Moore, which, by the way, there's still a quarterback competition. I was
going to say, he didn't, that's a good point. He did not, Dante Moore is the big talk.
Yes.
He has not named Dante Moore the starter.
No, and he probably won't.
Well, he probably won't because, you got to keep the other quarterbacks in the fold.
But he loves to do even the week of the game, this guy or that guy depth chart. He's the king of it.
The question is Dante Moore the starter and he's just doing that whole coach bit? Or is this really a pretty tight competition?
So Austin Novosad is the other guy. And while no one has come out and said it, talking to people that are way more connected to that program than I am, it does feel like there is, at least amongst the players, because that's most of the stuff that you hear. The players and then through a couple assistant coaches that I know, people that are fairly close, I'll just say there's a lot more praise coming for Dante Moore than there is anyone else. Doesn't mean that that's the guy. And I think coming into camp, I think Dante Moore has a leg up. But I do think this is a competition. I don't think it's been handed to anyone. But my guess is that when we start camp, the first team reps will be taken by Dante Moore. So I think it's more of his job to lose. Or maybe Novosad comes in and lights the world on fire in camp.
Well, who's the other guy? Luke
Moga.
Luke Moga.
Yeah, and that doesn't,
And then you've got Akili Jr. who should redshirt.
Yeah. So
they got 4 guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they have a walk-on too.
Yeah, that would
5 guys.
That wouldn't surprise me. But it sure feels like it's between Dante and Austin.
Well, and the other thing
that
we heard there, and he's done this many times with us, when you ask him about a specific player, he turns it back and does the entire position group.
Yeah, he won't. In fact, I've asked him a couple times, like, hey, can you give me a guy or two? Because every camp and every spring, every team has 1 or 2 guys that you look at and you're like, and even if they weren't anything the year before, I remember it every year that I played in spring ball and went into fall camp, there was always a guy where you're like, who the hell? And they're like, what? Yeah, that kid was a tight end last year and he moves to DN and he's unblockable. Or you have a tackle that couldn't do jack crap and all of a sudden he's pancaking everybody. And I asked him, I was like, hey, give me a standout or two, and he refuses to do it.
No, he'll talk about the collective team, a side of the ball, or even if you ask about a pass rusher, he'll talk about the whole D-line. If you ask about a receiver, he'll talk about all the skill position players. It's just what he does.
Yeah, he is not going to really give you anything. He doesn't like singling out players.
But he does love kitchen references.
He does love kitchen references.
Deal points it out. He's right. He does. Like a lot of it.
He had 2 today. The slow cooked meal. And then he had we hope we bring all our ingredients back to the kitchen. We can make a good meal out of it.
Yeah,
that was a separate
I
answer.
wonder if that dude spends a lot of time in the kitchen more than we know. Because he had, last year he had cooking on your grill.
Yeah, he is cooking.
He worked at an Outback, remember?
I don't think he cooks.
I think he worked at an Outback when he's a teenager.
He's not cooking.
But he loves kitchen references. So
yeah, but
that means food's on his mind. Or the kitchen is on his mind.
That is true. But I still, we can ask him how many meals a month he cooks.
It's going in the notes.
I'm guessing it's point. The over-under is 1. 1.5.
I bet you she every once in a while is like, could you just fire up the grill tonight?
You know? I think that's a takeout.
We've seen him cook steaks on Instagram in the pan.
Oh,
on the stove.
Yeah.
Off season may be different. In season, no. He's not cooking. He's not cooking on anyone's grill. He's not cooking on his own grill come season. I think Dan Lanning is a burn the candle at both ends sort of fella.
Well, he even says as much.
Yeah.
He said that today. He's like, look, you don't get a lot of balance. It's like you're all in. This job kind of sucks in that way.
Yeah.
But he said the last 2 weeks I've spent with my family.
Yeah.
So they got 2 weeks out of 54.
Yeah. Well, if you recall, I think he's told us that he'll try to come home from the office and then like spend an hour with the family and then like shut himself away for another 6.
What an animal.
My offensive line coach, who I've referenced on this team or on the show many times as the worst person I've ever met, his family lived in Minnesota. He didn't even live with them. He just lived in Utah.
Just send money.
Yeah. And then like once in a blue moon, he would go home and he would get a haircut and a dye job by his wife, and then he'd come
when you die.
And then he'd come back. Like he lived in the basement of like his pastor. And by the way, he was at BYU for like 39 years. And he still didn't live with his family. I think in some cases, I think it's just easier that way.
What an opportunity.
You think Jim Harbaugh's fun to be around during the football season for his wife?
I think Jim Harbaugh's never fun to be around.
Well, remember they did the Harbaugh documentary? And even his wife was like, yeah, he's a lot. Because Jim said that. He's like, I spent a lot of time by myself. And that was like a lot of milk. And he's like, I can wear people down. And his own brother and the wife were like, yeah, it's kind of tough. So I think during the season, it's probably best for everybody if you just, I'm not going to be home for dinner tonight. I'm not going to be doing any cooking. I don't think that's the priority while you're getting ready for Ohio State.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm putting it in the notes, okay? Because I'll forget.
Yeah.
So I've already got a Dan Lanning tab here, and I'm putting in there, what's the deal with all the kitchen references, bro?
Oh.
I'm going to ask.
Interesting. You're gonna go inside his kitchen.
Well, see, those are the kind of questions that get him going.
Yeah.
It ain't about who's going to start at linebacker, okay? Because he ain't telling us that.
No, he is not. He will not.
I don't mind talking to y'all.
Sometimes. By the way, someone said, add to the tally. Add one more to the tally. My wife got in the car yesterday and turned on Bella and said, what the hell?
Who was on?
What the hella?
That was us.
What the hella?
Who are
these fellas? Where is my Bella?
Yep. Heard the yesterday morning and heard the fan dropped a what the hell and changed the station. Dave and Hawkinson.
Didn't even give us a chance.
Oh.
Mrs. Dave.
Yeah. What the hell,
I'm a little
man?
disappointed. That's a little sexist, don't you think?
I know. What is with all the sexism today? I don't appreciate it. By the way, Paulina.
That was her. Oh, that's her name.
Not Svetlana.
Right. Paul, that's close.
You are close.
Am I right?
Svetlana, Natasha. There's like 4 Russian names.
Paulina.
I
should know that.
Yeah. She is Russian, though. I went in the kitchen once, and I opened it up, and there was a sticky note on a big, weird piece of meat that just said, don't eat making borscht. And my first thought was, no one's eating your weird mystery meat, and thank you for letting us all know that you're eating borscht. And I was like, I immediately went to her. I was like, you're making borscht, huh? And she's like, how did you know? I'm like, just a guess. Right? Sorry, but if you had some weird Scotsman here and there was a strange piece of mystery meat that was like making haggis later, sorry, Paulina, pretty sure we know that's you. She was like, yeah, it was a little detailed note.
All right.
Oh, no.
We will continue next. Dan Lanning did make headlines with something that he said. We'll tell you what that was. And he also mentioned something during his press conference. I went and did a little math, which is never good.
Boy, Kansas math?
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, I'm not good at math.
Well, that's a rough.
We are not math guys.
None of us are math guys. But
no.
Not only are we not math guys, we didn't know Paulina's name. But I tell you what, when we come back, we've got some numbers that are kind of interesting, I think.
I like interesting numbers.
Regarding something Dan Lanning said. So we will get to that when we return. But first, here's Buck with SportsCenter on 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan in the NFL, the New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback. Head coach Brian Daboll said that while all 4 quarterbacks, including first-round pick Jackson Dart, will compete in camp, Wilson is the clear-cut starter. At Big Ten Media Day, the main Ducks news of note is that starting linebacker Devin Jackson is still dealing with an injury from spring ball and will be limited in fall camp, but Dan Lanning does expect Jackson to be ready for the beginning of the season. A lot of day baseball on the diamond today. Giants starter Justin Verlander gets his first win in 17 tries this season as San Francisco beats the Braves 9-3. The Mariners were taking on the Brewers in the rubber game of that series this afternoon. The Brew Crew knocked around Mariners pitching. They had 17 hits in their 10-2 win over the M's. Seattle will lick their wounds and open a 7-game road trip Thursday in Anaheim. The Dodgers have lost 11 of 14, but for the 5th straight game, Shohei Ohtani has homered for the boys in blue. They are currently trailing 3-2 to the Twins in the bottom of the 8th inning, though they are threatening with 2 runners aboard. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays.
So we're kind of juggling two things here. One is our sexism when it comes to characters in TV shows.
Yeah.
Not ours, Hollywood's.
Thank
Right,
you. Important.
Right. We have been let off the hook by ourselves.
Yes.
The other is Dan Lanning, which I'll get back to in a moment. But I went back out there and I talked to Paulina, who did not hear that we didn't know her name. So let's just gloss right over that.
Hey, one of us knew her name.
You didn't.
I did.
No, you did not.
How did I come up with her name?
You were told her name, you
By
idiot.
who?
I don't know. Somebody texted you or something, but you came up with it. But in the moment, none of the three of us named her.
I knew her name.
At least I had Svetlana, which was close.
You
called her Jane.
It took me a minute, but I knew it.
No, you didn't. You looked at our. You know what you did? You looked at our Odyssey.
We don't have a.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so she said, go look at something called the Bechdel test. Have you ever heard of the Bechdel test?
Bechdel test.
Yeah, it's spelled Bechdel. And Bechdel was she was a cartoonist, a lesbian cartoonist, and she would write about a group of women who would talk about just female representation in movies and just
sure,
make fun of basically men like us.
Yeah, and
it has become a thing for movies mainly, but I'm sure you can do it with TV shows too. If you go to BechdelTest.com, you can put in a movie and see if it passes. And basically, it was one of her strips back in the 80s. One of her cartoons had two females who said they were trying to choose what movie they were going to go to, and they had three criteria for what movie they were going to go to. One was there had to be at least two female characters.
Sure.
2, they had to actually talk to each other in the movie. And 3, they had to talk to each other about something other than a man. So if a movie passes the Bechdel test, all three of those things apply. And back in the 80s, you would be shocked at how many movies did not pass.
Oh, I bet. I'm looking here at a list that failed, and it's kind of alarming because some of these would be considered
classics.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is an amazing movie, and the main character is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
And it failed the Bechdel
Elizabeth, I'm trying to remember what her last name is, the main character, but I read the book too. It's really good. It's a series of movies. It's like the girl with the dragon tattoo, the girl who kicks the hornet's nest.
Elizabeth Paulina.
I read those books too.
It's really good, but they're saying that failed the test because I think she's the only female character. And when she is talking to the main character, it's probably about a guy.
Yeah.
A guy.
Yeah.
So Lord of the Rings failed it. Lara Croft.
Of the Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. Failed it. Blade Runner failed it. Gravity failed it.
Yeah.
A Star is Born failed it. Lady Gaga failed.
Wow.
By the way, that was Rooney Mara, who was in those Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies.
She was in the American version. There's a Swedish version that came out too. But
there's
they're both really good. It
anyway,
depends if you like subtitles or not.
The Bechdel test is a good deep dive if you have a couple drinks and you're looking to go get on YouTube or go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking here, and that's it's rough stuff.
We're much better now,
yes.
But this started back in the 80s.
If you're a female in Hollywood, I think it's probably been a long time coming. Problem is that when you put females in movies, then guys get pissed because they're like, you're just shoving women down our throats, and you're making every character female. And their response would be, well, every character for the last 100 years has been male, so maybe we're trying to balance it out a little bit.
All right, now I have some numbers, but
Okay.
It's not going to be until next. Because we gotta stay on track here. So Dan Lanning mentioned in his press conference today continuity with staff.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it interesting to note that it doesn't feel like Oregon has much continuity with its staff, right? It doesn't feel that way.
Well, back in the day they did. And so compared to that,
right now.
Yeah, right now it does feel like there's been some turn.
Yeah. Okay. Well, some interesting numbers on that.
Okay.
And as it compares to the rest of college football. Coming up next on we're not 1080.
Well, we are. We still are.
We're both.
Are you amazed at how many people...
We're two things at once.
There are a lot of people I'm hearing from that can't really wrap their heads around the fact...
A simulcast?
Well, yeah, they feel like things have changed and they can't find us.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't leave.
Yeah, well, that's what have you guys run into this at all? With people?
No, I have
not really.
I have a couple times.
Really?
And they're like, well, where do I go? I'm like, nothing's changed. We're on 105.1 now.
Yeah. And 1080.
A lot of peeps out there.
A lot of people saying, yeah, if you like listening to us on the AM dial, you can
keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
And the Odyssey app and everything?
Yeah, you don't have to change anything. It's just that if
people
you
don't like change, man.
Well, but this isn't change. It's just more options.
Yeah, but it scared people.
It's like if you've been serving someone Salisbury steak and cream corn every day, and now we're going like with a new Hungry Man where we're giving you some fried chicken. Guess what? You can still have the Salisbury steak. It's right there.
Could I
you just got some chicken as well.
May I also?
There's more on the table.
Yeah.
May I also?
No.
Tell this man who keeps texting the word naked to stop, or else you're being blocked, sir.
Why is he
I
texting
don't
naked?
know. It's driving me crazy.
Well, because we ran a promo in the happy hour that is a text to win for the premiere of the new Naked Gun movie. And someone really wants those tickets because that person has texted us about 80 times.
So knock it off. You're about to get
Make
blocked.
sure they don't win.
Yeah.
I don't have that power.
All right. More on our leader, Dan Lanning, coming up next on 105.1 The Fan. Hey, help your house stay comfortable this summer with new windows, because Window Nation has some of the best insulated windows that money can buy. So they're very energy efficient, and you'll save money every month, heating and cooling all year long. So save big with Window Nation all year long, but also save big right now if you want to install new windows in your home, because through the end of July, they have 50% off all window styles. Doesn't matter what style you need. It doesn't matter how many you need. You're going to get half off windows right now at Window Nation. You'll want to tell them you heard it from Isaac here on The Fan. They will also give you 0 interest for 5 years if you don't have all the cash to plunk down up front. That is right. No interest until 2030. So don't miss out. It is their best sale of the year. Schedule a free estimate now with the pros at Window Nation. Locally based, nationally backed. 2 ways to book a quote, 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. Again, that number, 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. Contractor code 249065.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and now Window Nation brings you The Window into the Fan on-demand YouTube video shorts with your favorite fan shows and hosts. The Window into the Fan is brought to you by Window Nation. Park, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Someone suggested this, that I look this up, and I did.
Did you? You did.
Fantastic. So, The Lord of the Rings is over 12 hours, the series of movies. It's 12 plus hours.
How many movies are there?
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
It's 3 movies.
I liked those.
Yeah.
I thought they were good.
Oh, it's amazing. Lord of the Rings is fantastic. Would you care to guess
4
how many times a female character speaks to another female character? Even a line.
I'm sticking with my inclination. 4.
Guess again.
2.
Guess again.
0.
0.
Never happens?
Not one time in 12 hours of screen time does a female character speak to another female character in Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Is that like a don't speak until spoken to situation, or?
Yeah, what is that? Well, I'm trying to think of the main. It's been so long. Who are the main female characters in
That's
that?
mind-blowing.
Well, there's like the Liv Tyler Elvish character.
Yeah.
That's the one I think of. But
Oh, yeah. Okay. Any others?
Yeah, there's
all I got.
there's Arwen, and then there's is it Galadriel, and there's another one of the elf ones that I forget. But yeah, they don't speak a word to each other. You know, there's a handful of times where they're in the same scene, but they do not speak to each other. So not only does that fail that test you were talking about, it fails it miserably.
The Bechdel test.
The Bechdel test.
So we're now supposed to judge it negatively because of that?
Hey, I'm not judging anything. Lord of the Rings is great.
Somewhere Oprah's pissed.
Probably. Go watch Kill Bill. Kill
YouTube
Bill's
says that we
fantastic.
should blame the author of the books, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
blame him. And Peter Jackson, that bitch.
So Dan Lanning mentioned continuity with his staff today.
Yes.
At the press conference out there in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Today, where the Ducks were hanging out for Big Ten Media Day today.
Is this what led you to do math?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really even do math. I found a story that I thought had some good numbers in it regarding continuity, because continuity is not a thing in college football anymore.
No, not really.
Because just as much as players bounce around, transfer portal and everything, so do coaches.
Yeah.
More so. And, like, if an offensive coordinator has a good year, he's getting a head coaching job.
See Kenny Dillingham.
So,
and Will Stein, by the way. I think Oregon, because this is year 4 under Dan Lanning, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they have led, it's either the Power 4 or they may have just led all of Division I football in scoring every year since he's been there. And if Will Stein does that again, guess what? Will Stein's going to be a head coach somewhere.
So the point is, and I think Football Scoop had this, where the 4 most important positions are the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and nowadays the head strength coach.
Yeah. Or you can make the argument too now, whether that's the GM or chief of staff, whatever you want to call that guy.
Well, they went with head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head strength coach.
Sure.
And they looked at every school in FBS. There are now 136 schools in FBS.
Mm-hmm.
And they went and looked at those 4 positions, those being the 4 key positions. They call it the core 4.
Yeah.
What percentage of college football schools return their core 4?
Gosh. Half. 50%.
40%.
40%.
So 56 of 136
Yeah.
return their core 4. Of those 56, 38 are entering just their second season with the core 4 in place.
Yeah.
That only leaves 18 schools, or 13% of the core 4 of staffs in FBS that have been together for more than 2 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
13%.
Yeah.
Now, the Ducks, as Dan Lanning mentioned today, they are entering their 3rd season with the core 4 in place.
Yeah, so Stein, Lapoy, him, and then
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson Love.
Wilson Love.
So the Ducks, they are one of, and that is Wilson Love.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
He's insane.
Yeah.
The Ducks are one of 12 schools that are in a 3rd season together with their core 4. Only 12.
Okay.
Georgia, Tennessee, BYU, a couple of others in there. Schools where the core 4 are on their 4th season together, there are only 3.
Yes, that's rarefied air.
Virginia,
Which, whatever.
Air Force,
Whatever.
and SMU.
All right, SMU, that one's intriguing.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because SMU was a playoff team last year.
There is one school, their core 4 is on their 5th season, and this one's a bit of a shocker.
It's not a service academy?
Nope.
Because I would think that at places like that, like BYU, we always had some stability because, in order to have those positions, most of the time you have to be LDS, and there's not a lot of turnover there. I would think it's a niche place like that. Stanford, BYU, Service Academy, maybe, a hard school, an academic school.
It is Texas.
Texas, huh?
Yes.
Maybe they're just paying better than everybody.
Sark, his OC, his DC, and his head strength coach have all been together. This will be their 5th season. And there's only one school in all of FBS that has their core 4 for their 6th season or more. And 3 of these guys, 3 of the 4, have been together for 10 years, which is, that's unheard of in college football.
What do we got?
It's very random. I'm speaking of Toledo.
Toledo?
Yeah, Jason Candle, I think is his name, the head coach. They've been together a long time.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it.
That's crazy.
That is it. So the Ducks, believe it or not, the Ducks seem to have had a lot of turnover the last, 5, 6, 7 years, right? Dan Lanning's moving into his 4th season now.
Sure.
You lost Kenny Dillingham. The Ducks are actually in the top, basically the top 6% of continuity with staff in college football.
You're living in a world now with the transfer portal and kids and unlimited transfers and now coaches that continuity is just not what it once was. I remember when, the big deal was like Saban was kind of the pioneer of this, that he just he had such massive turnover because it used to be a death sentence. Remember Clemson was rolling and then they lost their defensive coordinator. They lost Chad Morris, who was their offensive coordinator. It was like they had that staff together with Morris and Venables and they went on that run. And then when it left, it was, some people thought that Dabo got exposed a little bit, right? That it really wasn't maybe a Dabo thing. It was the staff he had built around him. Oklahoma had this when some guys started leaving Bob Stoops and it never was quite the same again. But Saban was the guy that kind of turned that on his ear because, Kirby stayed there for a long time, but Nick was the de facto defensive coordinator. But I think he won national championships with like 5 different OCs. Like it didn't matter. He just would cycle through guys. And we talked about how truly unique and special that was. But it does feel like, and those numbers bear it out, that this is just becoming the reality of college football. You have to stay mobile. You're not going to be able to have a staff together year after year. Think about this. Ohio State finally won a national title under Ryan Day. And the very next year, they lost their defensive coordinator to one of their, maybe second, third biggest rival in Penn State. That's just, isn't that insane? And by the way, not for a better job, not for a promotion, same job. The Ohio State defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, left to go to Penn State. Same job, lateral move from Ohio State to Penn State. That's just college football.
All right, Dan Lanning indeed made headlines out there in Vegas, and we'll tell you what he said to do that next on 105.1 The Fan.
A Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brian Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan in the NFL, the New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback. Head coach Brian Dable said that while all 4 QBs, including first-round pick Jackson Dart, will all compete in camp, Wilson is the clear-cut number 1. At Big Ten Media Day, the main Ducks news of note is that starting linebacker Devin Jackson is still dealing with an injury from spring ball and will be limited to open fall camp. The Lanning does expect Jackson to be ready for the beginning of the season. A lot of day baseball on the diamond. Giant starter Justin Verlander gets his first win in 17 tries this season as San Francisco beats the Braves 9-3. The Mariners took on the Brewers in the rubber game of that series this afternoon. Brew Crew knocked out 17 hits in their 10-2 win. Seattle will open a 7-game road trip Thursday in Anaheim. And the Dodgers had lost 11 of 14, but behind Shohei Ohtani's 5th game in a row with a homer and a Freddie Freeman walk-off, the Dodgers beat the Twins 4-3. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley to George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m. Primetime with Isaac and Suk.
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Isaac Ropp.
You've been busted. You lost your qualifications as section leader 3 times.
Jason Sukanik.
You're lucky to be here. Your family name ain't the best in the Navy. I'd like to bust your butt, but I can't. I got another problem here.
Primetime with Isaac and Suk. This sounds very serious. They are not.
I gotta give you your dream shot. I'm gonna send you up against the best. You 2 characters are going to...
Primetime on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080.
You guys are number 1.
The Fan.
2 characters.
That's right. We're characters.
It's like when that old guy called me a rascal.
You are a rascal.
Still not sure what happened there, but an old man randomly called me a rascal.
Well, we like to say at this point of our careers, if you're still taking us seriously, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Please, for the love of God, do not make any life decisions based on the scientific research of this program.
So I mentioned yesterday, I was like, I was asking you guys, I'm like, hey, you think Dan Lanning's going to make some headlines tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I thought he would because inevitably when Ryan Day or Dan Lanning or big name like that speaks, it's not that they're being controversial. It's just that something they say will be turned into a headline.
Someone will grab something.
Lanning did. It did happen. I sat down today to begin my award-winning show prep. I've won many awards, many awards.
Many awards. People have never seen awards
I don't
like
think,
this.
Yeah, I don't think they have. It's as a matter of fact, you know that term award? I believe I came up with that.
I've never heard it before.
That's my word.
Until
yes.
you. Yes.
And I saw the first thing I saw on ESPN.com, Oregon coach Dan Lanning advocating for college football playoff to adopt an NFL-style schedule.
Yeah.
So he told ESPN on Wednesday, he said, you'd love the rust to be knocked off when you step on the field for college football playoff games. Oregon won the Big Ten and was the only FBS team to finish the regular season undefeated, but the Ducks waited 25 days before facing Ohio State in the college football playoff quarterfinal at the Rose Bowl.
And that's the way, I mean...
And they fell behind 34-0.
Yeah. Hey, they played much better in the second half. But we all know this. I mean, this has always been the rub is... Remember the olden days when you just had, like, whether it was the BCS or you just had the one bowl game to decide it all. It was dumb. You took a month off and then you went out and played, and, like, that was your national title game. So, I mean, this has long been a rub of college football, that the regular season and the postseason, that gap, just there's nothing like it. It's one thing to get a bye week. It's another thing to get a month off.
So he'll probably get some heat for saying that. Ohio State message board be like, make an excuse me.
But there's not if any coach had been in that same scenario, they would have said the same thing. And he also talked about tampering. I saw that pissed some people off because he said there needs to be a crackdown on tampering. He said, yes, there has to be consequences to those actions. If not, there will be actions like that. And of course, then.
Well, did you see that exchange?
No,
I have that coming up in one of our reports.
Oh, okay. Well, Well, so can we play it now? In case somebody.
Yeah, hold on one. Give me.
So the
20 seconds.
guy asked him about that.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you think there should be, I think he's fines or something,
some sort of consequence
for tampering?"
Yeah.
And Lanning just goes, yes. And there's this awkward silence, and it's like, classic Lanning.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, would you follow up on that? And here's what it sounded like.
There's a school in this conference that's suing over player tampering. Do you think that that's something that needs to be cracked down even more on in college football?
Yeah.
Elaborate at all, or?
No, I mean, just like play the game the way it's supposed to be played, right? But there has to be consequences to actions, and if there aren't consequences, then there's going to continue to be issues like that.
Well, and he's talking about the University of Wisconsin is suing the University of Miami because
I think that's great.
Yeah, and that's.
Let's create a good old-fashioned rivalry. Big Ten, ACC.
Well, we already have the Big Ten SEC pissing contest going on, so might as well throw the ACC into it. One of these days, someone's going to sit down and come up with some actual binding rules for college football, but one of the biggest problems we have is, and I think every coach would agree, whatever they decide and whatever this new format looks like, you've got to find a way to come up with something to where everyone stops suing each other. Well, I don't know if you saw this, but the collectives were basically told by the new clearinghouse that they don't exist. I know you don't follow this.
Yeah, well, a lot of this stuff is really lame to talk about.
Yes.
For the sake of our listeners, but yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's a new overseeing committee that you have to run all NIL deals through, so collectives are no more.
And they told the collectives, we don't care what sort of details you put in. If it comes from a collective, we're not going to approve it. The Utah State athletic director put out one that was for like $2,000 for one of their athletes, and it was really well done where the guy had to make appearances, social media posts. Like, it was a legitimate deal for like a couple grand. And the clearinghouse was like, yeah, no, it comes from a collective, go to hell. Well, the attorneys of the House settlement were like, yeah, we're not doing that, threatened to sue. Lo and behold, yesterday, that new committee came out and were like, our bad, sorry, collectives are fine, collectives can stay. So for like a week, collectives were getting put out of business, the threat of a lawsuit, and then it's like, nope, collectives are fine, we're back.
Well, yeah, because all you're gonna do is drive the boosters back to the old way.
Yeah, so
of just greasing palms.
And you keep losing in court, so there is no, whether it's with the lawsuit with the Wisconsin kid, is that Wisconsin kid outside of the transfer portal just left. He just said, I don't care about the transfer portal. I don't like what's going on at Wisconsin. We have a dispute over NIL. And so even though I'm not in the transfer portal, I'm just going to leave and go to Miami. And Miami was like, great, come here.
And Wisconsin's like, wait, how do you just make a decision to go to Miami if they can't be contacting you?
And the kid's like, I don't care. I'm in Miami now. Miami paid him. So Wisconsin's like, we're going to sue you. And Miami was like, there's no rules. F you. So and eventually, whether it's collective bargaining or the president or Congress passing something, all of this stuff, we can all agree from Dan Lanning on down, there needs to be repercussions to tampering. There needs to be some sort of guidelines for NIL. There needs to be some sort of guidelines for eligibility, because I don't know if you've seen this. This is the new one. Everyone just keeps suing the NCAA saying I should be able to play as long as I want. Who's to say that I only get 4 or 5 years?
The Vandy kid did, because he'd already played 4 years. Yeah. He's like, yeah, but one of them was at junior college.
Yeah, so. I want more. So like, they're just until you come up with real legislation or a collectively bargained format, all of this stuff is going to be just this continual move the goalpost, blurry ass line. And as long as you're willing to kind of stick your middle finger up and tell the establishment, do something about it, there's really nothing that can be done. Like, every time a school breaks something or violates one of these quote rules, someone's like, well, who's going to enforce it? The new one that I saw today, like every day something new comes out. So I think it was New Jersey passed a law today, basically stating that, I'll have to look it up, basically stating that you can't restrict any NIL that a kid wants to get. So they're basically saying, we don't care what you do, whatever sort of rule you pass, we're going to have a law that states that you can't prohibit what our kids can make in the state. There's already states looking at subverting rules that aren't even really enforceable right now. That's how crazy this is.
Okay, so then he says, I'd be in favor of creating our playoff system to mirror every other playoff system in sports. The season's over, and the playoffs start shortly after. The long break is something I'm not crazy about. I wish we played every single Saturday in college football. I wish college football ended on January 1.
Yeah.
Asked how the layoff before the Rose Bowl affected him, he said, we lost. It is what it is. But we were a healthy team coming in. It's almost a month. That's a long time. And then, of course, he credited Ohio State. So he said January is supposed to be your month that you're able to go on the road as a coach and recruit. Last year's national championship game was January 20. So when do you go on the road to recruit? So there's just some things where I don't think the season aligns with the calendar in a lot of ways, and I wish I would speed up.
Well, and the other one too is free agency begins while these guys are preparing for a national championship.
Exactly.
The transfer portal opens. We had a kid last year, the Penn State quarterback, who is now playing at transferred to an SEC school. I forget. The backup quarterback for Penn State that played a little bit when Aller was beat up.
Bo Prabula. Did he go to Ole Miss?
Missouri.
That's right.
Missouri. He had to leave while Penn State was pursuing a national championship because he was like, Drew Aller's going to come back, and I need to find a landing spot. So you're having teams competing for a national championship that are losing players to free agency while the season's going on. It's insanity. Imagine if in the middle of the Major League Baseball playoffs, if free agency opened up and like the third starter for the Dodgers was like, I really want to win this World Series, but it's insane. The getting's good right now, and the Yankees, who by the way aren't in the playoffs, they're willing to pay me a lot of money, so I'm going to leave and sign with them. That's what you have in college football.
Yeah, I mean, none of these comments are anything new. It's just he's reiterated. I mean, we talked to him about that very thing last year, and we were trying to hash it out, and he's like, dude, there's no easy way to do it.
No.
It's just really hard to get everything synced up. So he's still griping about it, and quite frankly, it gives me tired head to continue to talk about it. Hopefully they figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay? That's really it. Just figure it the F out.
Yeah.
And start the games, please.
Yeah, I wanted to get this correct. So the New Jersey NIL law just got passed by the state legislature, and it prohibits the NCAA or the CSE, which is their new clearinghouse, from penalizing schools or athletes if an individual, i.e. booster or related entity, violates their NIL rules. There is a state law now in New Jersey that says you can't punish any school or athlete or booster for violating your laws. I mean, if you want the biggest FU to the NCAA, it's this. Like, if you're Rutgers right now, are you just sitting there laughing and be like, yeah, go ahead. We're gonna break every rule you have. Good luck enforcing it. We have a law that says you can't do that.
It's wild out there. And that concludes our Big Ten Media Day coverage, at least from the Oregon perspective. We love our college football here, though, so we will be talking more about that as the summer progresses. Coming up next, there was a great moment in Cleveland today.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there ever? I think I know what you're talking about.
It's now being hotly debated
Does this
as well.
involve the water?
Oh, it involves Lake Erie.
Yeah.
This is being hotly debated.
Yes.
Oh, this is great. We'll tell you about it.
I was just wondering if anything great's ever happened in Cleveland. I mean, it is Cleveland.
Well, didn't the lake catch on fire or the river?
Lake, yeah. There was a lake or the river. Yeah, it caught on fire.
I mean,
Is that great?
Well, it's not great, but it's
notable.
Grand.
Notable.
It's very notable.
Notable.
Very notable.
Noted notations, yes.
We will get to that next on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague. Dirt and Sprague.
I'm Dirt. To me, a more fair comparison out of the opening weekend of Summer League, to be honest with you, is an end of his career in Portland, Arvydas Sabonis. A guy who doesn't move that well, might knock down a three if you leave him open. Incredible passer, but, it's kind of like Chinese Sabas. Chinese Sabas, to me, is a more apt comparison to a guy who I'm excited either way. I think his offensive game is incredibly raw.
The home of Dirt and Sprague. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network.
stay with you long. We're now on 105.1 FM. So if you're still listening on the fan, or I mean on the AM, you can get us crystal clear. Somebody said that you sound like Jack Black, and I sound like John Cusack.
Huh.
Since our frequency is different now.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm okay with
I
John
have
Cusack.
a Jack Black beard going on right now.
So, yeah, you want to hear us sound a little better, crystal clear?
There you go.
Flip on over to 105.1.
No one ever likes the way their voice sounds.
No.
Yeah, it's
Somebody else also said that 1080 is 7 seconds faster. So if you really want your up-to-date Isaac and Suk news, stay on
Wow,
1080.
really?
Yeah.
Is that a mistake?
I actually...
Is that a problem?
I think that will eventually get corrected. I was told yesterday that, believe it or not, on the FM, it takes a couple days to go from the frequency of like music to talk.
Right.
So if you're hearing any kind of cracking or like there's little skips, that is back in Philadelphia, that is them trying to, I guess, make the switch from music to talk.
Yeah, it takes time to calibrate it, I guess.
So I think that may be where
How about that?
the delay is happening.
All right. Great moment in Cleveland today, I thought. The Browns tried to unveil their new helmet for their Alpha Dog look.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that you would give me something like a logo, because they use the Browns need a refresh, and there's a lot of like you can go online and people like graphic artists do like kind of refreshes for teams. And some of the Cleveland ones using the dog are really, really good.
Yeah, the whole dog pound thing, you could really lean into that.
And so I thought that was gonna. When they said there was a new helmet, I was like, cool. They're finally gonna do something other than the orange helmet. No, they just made a brown one.
Yeah. So the Alpha Dog look is they're going to be all brown.
Yeah.
Brown helmet, brown jersey, brown pants, and there's 3 games. I think they play the Packers, the Dolphins, and the Titans in the Alpha Dogs. Okay. So anyway. They had this 20-foot barge out on the waters of Lake Erie, and they had a giant inflatable helmet to reveal what the helmet was going to look like, but it was covered by a big orange Browns tarp.
Yeah.
So they had it floating out there to build some buzz, some word of mouth, and then it comes time to reveal the helmet, and they start to peel off the tarp, which, by the way, has a Dude Wipes logo on it.
Yeah.
It's sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Well, hey, everyone needs money.
I have a Dude Wipes question momentarily, but
Ask away.
that's going to have to wait. It's going to take a backseat.
Yeah. You know what? I've seen this video like 4 times. I did not notice the dude's wipe, and now that I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes. Yeah.
Wipes for dudes.
Yeah. Wipes for your giblies.
Anyway, there's a Dude Wipes mascot, and then there's the Browns mascot.
Yeah.
And they start going crazy because, they revealed the helmet, and they do what mascots do. Well, the dude filming them is in a Browns jersey. I assume this is for the gram.
Yeah.
He isn't paying attention to where he's stepping, and he falls off of the barge into the water and was rescued by a jet ski. Now,
do you really need to be rescued?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah. But I think the jet ski is a dead give that this was set up. Because there is another view. So the original sort of video that leaked was a little far away, and it did look like the guy just wasn't paying attention and fell into the water.
Sure.
There is a new view that's much closer. Clearly, there was another boat sitting very close to the barge, and they were filming. And, boy, it sure looks like that dude's doing a bit.
You think?
Yes.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I'm watching the close-up here, right? That's pretty good because he is doing a nice sidestep. If that is a bit, that is a well-rehearsed bit because that is definitely an oopsie. I
don't know.
I give him credit.
I think the way his little legs flail give it away.
His legs flail?
I think he kind of throws them out there, and it's like...
All right, well, here's the thing. If you watch,
around.
He's doing like a grapevine step, right? He's moving to the right to get a better angle. And he clearly goes to put that leg down, and it misses everything.
But I think that's what Buck is saying is the give. The give is that he steps too far to show you, like he was kind of shuffling, and then all of a sudden he puts the
big
one
step
leg
off and the
way
legs are
out.
flying around.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that we've become so cynical to everything.
Right. That's right.
I don't know. Look, I can't be certain because either this is the most Cleveland Browns thing ever that your guy was a dumbass and fell in the water, or Cleveland's doing this to try to create buzz for their dumb brown helmet, and they're thinking that this would do it. And if so, I mean, I guess we're talking about it.
It absolutely worked. Because this video has gone viral, and a lot of people are talking about this today, and
I think it's legit. I like it.
I don't think it's legit. I think it's set up, but I also think
we'll find out.
It absolutely worked.
We'll find out.
Because by the way, there's just a jet ski just happens to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, here's my thing though.
And then also the reaction of the mascot really kind of seems like,
well, it's pretty funny. Look,
he knew what was coming.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, if some dude fell in the water, I'd laugh my ass off too. If this is the Cleveland Browns doing bits, I think it says something that you think that the only way to get attention is to make your franchise look like a bunch of buffoons. Because the prevailing thing is, this is the most Cleveland Browns thing ever. Or if you want the Browns franchise summed up in 3 seconds, here it is. So if your goal was to embarrass your franchise and make yourselves look like a bunch of clowns that can't do a simple helmet reveal, well done. I can't imagine that is the sort of PR attention that you want if you're the Cleveland Browns. Because no one's talking about the helmet. You're just talking about your guy looks like an ass clown.
That's the other thing here is the helmet, all it is just inverse colors of their normal helmet.
Yeah.
So
it's terrible.
It's a brown helmet. It's just brown.
Because I like the alternate uniforms, which are usually just throwbacks, I'm a big fan of. Like the Patriots one, they're using that for 3 games. The Buccaneers are doing it. The Seahawks are doing it. The Chargers, like alternate uniforms I think are pretty cool. I'm a uniform guy. And so when Cleveland said there's a new helmet, we're like, cool. Like finally we're getting something besides your boring ass orange helmet. Because occasionally they'll wear a white one too. So you just went with the only other color you have. You have a brown helmet, you have an orange helmet. Or excuse me, a white helmet and an orange helmet, and your only other color is brown. So you're like, cool, let's do a plain brown helmet. Come on, Cleveland.
In other news, and this doesn't need to take long, but I had a thought about dude wipes today.
Yeah.
Because I had never heard of dude wipes.
No, you've never heard of those?
No, not until I saw the logo on the Browns.
Yeah, it deals
helmet.
with like crotch problems.
Yeah, well,
they were in the news recently because they were a sponsor for that the Tight End Academy, and Taylor Swift was with Travis Kelce at the red carpet in front of a big old dude wipes ad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I went and read about them today because I'm initially going, well, why do you have to tee up the idea of wipes? You know what I'm saying? Like why? Like testosterone up? Like what? As if regular wipes aren't good enough for dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of wipes out there
that
are flush. Like that's exactly what they're made for. So just the notion that dudes can't use wipes unless we make them more manly.
It's a baby wipe. It's for babies.
Is such an indictment on men in general.
They
got to be by bros for bros, or I won't use them, bro.
Well, the dude is in the title.
I mean, it's kind of childish.
A little bit.
But anyway, the two guys that made dude wipes, it says right on the package. Apparently, they're 2 bros in Chicago. And they made them after some nasty burrito lunches.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
It says it right on the pack. So now they're like, yeah, you eat those big burritos and have 5 beers at lunch, yeah. And I'm going to shove a burrito in my ass. Whoa.
Yeah. They're
Diesel wipe. I mean, any wipe will work. What is so special about these wipes? It's just the marketing of it.
Yeah,
that drives me crazy.
Yeah, because instead of like, we use before my bidet, I was a Cottonelle flush wipe guy.
Yeah, those are nice.
Well, they were at Costco.
Aren't those the same?
It's the exact.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same.
But if it says dude wipes, you're gonna use. It's like that's for
Alpha Bro branding.
Yeah, bro. I ain't using those Cottonelle weenie wipes.
In case you're leaking any tea out the back end, you gotta wipe it up.
Yeah, bro.
And I will say that I'm on their website, and their reviews are from Chad 22 frat guy and John 54 the long haul trucker.
Oh my God! Talk about trying too hard.
Hey man,
I give you dude wipes.
I guess it's working. I mean they're obviously blowing up. I would assume
this is an indictment on men.
Yeah, we got to. Well, men love the idea of being manly. Anything that you can do to make insecure men feel better about themselves will make you a gajillion dollars.
Yeah, so like
tap out clothing.
So I need wipes from a patoot.
Yeah.
It makes it like seriously. You're saying that a man who needs wipes for his patoot, even though that's done in the privacy of his own bathroom, like nobody knows if you need, like,
but you know.
Well, you do, yeah. But when you're shopping for those, that makes you feel better to pull the dude wipes off of the shelf as opposed to the Cottonelles.
I guess,
dude.
It's like less embarrassing than you buying the baby wipes.
I think
deal is in, man. Dude wipes have 33.3 more tea than regular wipes.
It's 33.6, by the way.
Oh yeah, dude, that tea goes straight into your hole, man, and then you're just like, manly.
So incredibly dumb.
Yeah, someone said, how do you think Liquid Death got so popular?
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
one, too. We're just playing with men with holes.
Liquid Death is water, right?
It's water. It's just water. But it comes in a can and there's a skull on it. And skulls are, you know how we make fun of like horse girl or unicorn girl? You know, they always want a unicorn or a butterfly on it. Skulls are just unicorns for guys.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
the same thing. You put a skull on something, there'll be a whole group of men that are like,
And now it's
yeah.
like the top-selling beverage in the world or something.
Yeah.
We should come up with a list, the top 10 list of items that it really doesn't, like, it's just marketing.
Yeah.
Well, Suka's talked about this a lot, but right now, if you just slap an American flag on something, you're getting half the people interested.
Absolutely. You ever seen, like, go to a country show sometime, like every shirt has a gun and a flag on it. What is it, like grunt style? And by the way, most of those people aren't soldiers. They weren't in the military, but God, they love the grunt style t-shirts. And it's put 1776, a rifle and a flag on anything, and you will make $1 million. 100%. Or what is the new one? Patriot. 4 Patriots?
Trump wipes.
Yeah, Trump wipes.
Does he have his own wipes?
Guarantee he does.
Well, I just mean
I see commercials for like generators and like food storage, and you just throw Patriot on it. You're like, you need a generator? How about this Patriot generator? You're like, Patriot? Oh my God.
But here's what
Sign
I
me
mean.
up.
Like, this guy says, try them before bashing them. No, they're wipes. I've tried wipes.
Yeah.
This is the whole point.
Yeah.
Just like Liquid Death is water, I've had water.
Yeah.
There is nothing special about Liquid Death water.
This one is.
It just has cool calligraphy.
This is dude on
And
it,
it
though.
makes guys feel less insecure. I mean, Jesus, man.
Hey, that guy's. You pissing off dude wipe guy right now. Probably loves him.
Yeah, this guy's like, yeah, man, I couldn't agree more, but hey, one of my coworkers swears by him and they come in singles. He keeps them in his wallet, bro. Oh,
What percentage of
my
people that buy dude wipes do you think have never bought a different flushable wipe? Like this is like their first time.
95%.
I would think so too.
95%.
And by the way, as a plumber will tell you, don't flush wipes. It's not. It will screw up your system.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no.
They
like,
say
they're flushable.
flushable.
They are not.
Yeah, they can be a real problem.
I would not. That was like I had a plumber friend of mine because back in the day I used to buy the Cottonelle ones, and he was like, dude, do not under any circumstances flush those wipes. He goes, that is not what you want to be doing. But I'm sure dude wipes are fine. But I think your point is they're all fine. But if you're buying it because it says dude on it and it's got a clever ad, well, good for dude wipes.
All right, we got to get to In the News coming up next. The Ritz-Carlton's going back to its lenders. You want to buy it?
I'm a little short, a couple $100 million.
Let's pool our money.
I do have a buddy of mine that's been sitting on, because the none of the condos have sold.
Yeah.
Like none. And he's sitting on it just like waiting for the prices to tank.
Somebody's going to make money on that thing, but it ain't going to be the first guy. So we'll tell you about that coming up next on In the News. But first, here's Buck with SportsCenter on 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan. A lot of baseball on the diamond this afternoon. Giants starter Justin Verlander gets his first win in 17 tries this season as San Francisco beats the Braves 9-3. The Mariners took on the Brewers in the rubber game of that series this afternoon, and the Brew Crew knocked out 17 hits in their 10-2 win. Seattle will now open up a 7-game road trip. Starts Thursday in Anaheim. The Dodgers had lost 11 of their last 14, but Shohei Ohtani goes deep for the 5th straight game, and Freddie Freeman walks it off in the 9th for a 4-3 win as the Dodgers beat the Minnesota Twins. In the NFL, the New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback. Head coach Brian Dable saying all 4 QBs, including first-round pick Jackson Dart, will compete in camp, but Wilson is the clear-cut number 1. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy, warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, dudes are all teed up right now.
Well, that's
They're
what
all
happens.
high tee.
We got a dude, and he's wearing a grunt style T-shirt, so he's already like 26% more teed up.
That's right.
And then he starts using dude wipes, and now he's really fired up because that tee's right in the old bunger. And then he goes out and reads the lead Greenwood Bible, and that guy is now just turned up. And you're walking down the street minding your own business, right? And like you're listening, you're like humming a Taylor Swift song, and he's like, ah! And then he just socks you one right in the snout, breaks your nose. What the hell are you gonna do? And then he gets in his big truck and drives off, and you're like, what the hell was that?
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna call Donikin. That's what I'm gonna do.
Damn right. So take that T down a little bit.
Yeah. And
you
the
think
best
you're
part
high
is,
T? Wait till you see Donnie, who, by the way, is a female that's more T than you could ever hope to be.
That's what I was about to say. The best part is Donnie's a female, and let me tell you something. She's got some tea.
I think she uses dude wipes.
She'll insert that right into your rectum.
She uses dude wipes and liquid death.
Well, anyway, Donikin, personal injury attorneys, Ken and Donnie, they are the advocates, and they don't get paid until you win, and consultations are always free. So if high T guy messes with you and you've been injured, you need more than a lawyer. You deserve an advocate. Go see our friends Ken and Donnie. They'll take good care of you, and if they can't, they'll just simply tell you that. They're good people. Visit their website, advocateslaw.com.
Summer is here. Time to prepare for those outdoor projects. Mr. Plywood has all the supplies you'll need to build or repair that fence, deck, shed, or raised garden bed, and can give you a
By the way, every time I hear the new voice guy, I'm kind of intimidated. Like something like really important is about to happen. Like it's like I'm in some sort of action movie. Like we're about to go John Wick. Also, dude wipe guy. A lot of dude wipe defenders out there saying that they are legit.
Okay.
I think that just means they haven't tried flushable wipes before.
Exactly. All wipes are legit. I've used wipes.
Check this right here. As a consistent dude wipe user, they are totally different from the Cottonelle and Kroger brand. The Cottonelle sting if I use them too much, and they are small. Dude wipes are big and durable, so I can use it for a few wipes.
It says, wait, but that contradicts what the other guy said, that they're small and he puts them in his wallet.
No, they make single-size, individually packaged ones. Those are the wallet
Well,
ones.
somebody else said, he uses wipes all the time. He's like, there's no difference. He says he buys women's wipes or baby wipes or something.
Dude
and he
wipes
says there's no difference.
This guy's saying try the mint chill. We've caused a hornet's nest now with dude wipe.
Flavors? Dude, I'm telling you, it's a wipe.
I'm buying you dude wipes.
Flavored dude wipes.
Flavored. Oh.
God.
Hey now.
What?
It's July 23, 2025. It is time for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello, thank you.
Wow.
It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com.
And Dude Wipes, apparently. Going to be a new big sponsor of us.
They do a lot of advertising.
Yeah, they do.
I love cows.
No, who doesn't?
Today is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day.
It's really the gold standard of all ice creams. I mean, you may feel like other
Are
things.
you serious?
Well, think about it.
Vanilla?
It's the most versatile dessert treat of all time. I mean, yeah,
that's true, but that doesn't mean it's. What'd you say? The gold.
It's the gold standard. I mean, there's a
can't get
million
behind
different ice creams there, but there's a reason why no matter where you go, soft serve, it's vanilla. Any sort of dessert, what are you putting on top of it? Vanilla. It's just vanilla ice cream makes the ice cream world go round. And by the way, the basis of all great ice creams is vanilla.
It's fine, but it's not. I mean, versatility, yes. Everything else building off of it, yes. But vanilla by itself, meh.
Yeah, it's very plain and mid.
You're putting a piece of apple pie, a cherry cobbler, you know what you're putting on top of it?
Well, yeah,
Because it's an add-on. But if
Exactly.
you're just having plain ice cream,
Exactly.
vanilla is like 20th down the list of what I want.
Thank you, Buckley.
It's the Magic Johnson of ice cream, dude. It's dishing out assists left and right. It can carry a team on its own. Vanilla,
Yeah, but you need the nuts or the swirls or the ribbons to make it any good.
no one can do it on its own. But you know what? Those swirls and whatever. What is the base? What are you eating?
No, they need the vanilla.
You're eating vanilla ice cream.
If you look, let's put it this way: if you go to an ice cream shop,
Yeah.
and and they have all these wonderful
Sure.
flavors,
Yeah.
and you order vanilla ice cream, you're a communist.
I would
And
agree
I'm
with-
calling ice.
I would agree with that. But what you're doing by ordering all those flavors is you're getting vanilla ice cream with add-ons. It's the basis. That's why
Well,
it's the
everybody
standard.
understands that. What we're talking about is the idea of just vanilla ice cream. It's plain and it's meh. It is also Gorgeous Grandma Day.
Right.
Yeah, I know you love your.
What's up, grannies? You're like a Julie Andrews fan, for God's sake.
I
Jacked a granny.
Jacked a granny
Dude,
today.
wow. It's uncomfortable.
It really is.
Grand Slams, baseball.
I am a Julie Andrews fan.
Yeah.
Dame
It's called sports.
Julie Andrews. I love her. Classy.
I was going to Google sexiest grandmas, but
Well,
I was afraid of what was going to come up.
No, I've got that for you.
Do it.
I'm going to tell you, there is a person who is known as the world's hottest grandma.
Oh, yeah, this is that gal that's like 50, like something.
Yeah, she's in her 50s. She's
she's hot.
53.
Yeah.
And she's a lingerie model by the name of Gina Stewart.
She doesn't look 53 at all. And yeah, she's, that's,
And apparently she makes music too.
well, whatever.
And she's
I'm sure she's great.
she's got basketballs on her chest.
Uh-huh.
I will say, there's got to be hotter grandmas out there. I don't know how she got this moniker.
She's really hot, though.
Oh, she certainly is.
Yeah.
But, again, I'm sure there are people that give her a run for her money, but somehow she's claimed this.
Well, because she looks
She looks like a Barbie.
yeah, she looks like a Barbie.
With
She's-
huge bolt-ons.
Exactly.
But, come on. Like, I'm going to show you a picture here.
I
Like
have the
that.
22 hottest
Like-
grandparents in Hollywood.
Dude, I'm sorry. If you're a if Nana is coming over and looking like that,
Well, no, I get that. What I'm saying is there's got to be hotter out there. She's only 53. There's a lot of hot 50-year-olds.
sure. But are they grandmothers?
Well, that's the question.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, but Goldie,
She's older,
That
isn't
hasn't
she?
aged well either. That's
I thought she's aged okay.
You know the first person I Googled to find out if they were a grandmother?
Yeah.
So that I could prove that this is not the hottest grandmother on earth? You know who the first person I Googled was?
What do you got?
Selma Hayek.
Is she a grandmother yet?
She is not.
Oh, because she would be.
Well, exactly.
You're getting into like the Halle Berry, Salma Hayek.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They're gonna start having grandbabies, and
Sofia
then
Vergara.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But as of right now, I don't have a problem with this. Whatever, this Barbie thing. She's hot.
Susan Sarandon's a grandma.
Yeah, this other gal's like 1,000 times hotter. Come on. Martha
Yeah.
Stewart's a grandmother. Whoopi Goldberg's a grandmother. Rosie O'Donnell's a grandmother. Gail King.
Boy, I haven't seen Rosie O'Donnell for
Rita Wilson. Kris Jenner.
Hey, I tell you what, Kris Jenner, I saw her recently, unfortunately. She's like Benjamin Button.
Oh,
she's going the other way. Like, she looks pretty good, dude.
Really?
Yeah, she's trying real hard.
She's got the money. She's got like $1 billion. Hey, Lauryn Hill's a grandmother. There you go.
Hey, that's not bad.
I like Lauryn Hill.
Well, the Ritz-Carlton, downtown Portland.
It's not going well.
It is not.
No.
It officially has gone back to its lenders. If you want to see the bad side of ego, I will give you Walt Bowen. And Walt is the developer who built the Ritz.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he made a mint pre-COVID because everyone was traveling here, hotels were full, tech companies were moving up from the Bay, and he built some towers. I think one in the Pearl set a record for square footage sale. Like, he made a mint, dude.
Yeah.
But he doubled down.
Yeah.
And because he is a super rich guy, when he travels, he likes to stay at places like the Ritz. Well, I mean, before the Ritz, what was the nice, like, truly the highest end hotel in Portland?
I don't know. I mean, people stay, like, when the teams would come, they would stay at the Nines.
I think it's the Nines.
Yeah, Nines or
but the Nines is not, I've stayed at the Nines.
Nines. What's the one that
it's wonderful.
The Benson was another one that people liked.
But those, I do not believe those are 5-star hotels.
Probably not.
I don't know that to be true, but I don't think so. Okay. So the Ritz, I mean, that's a high level.
Yes.
Ritzy,
Yes.
So it's right in the name.
Yes.
High level place. But I've never understood why they thought that was a good fit for Portland, a Ritz-Carlton. Yeah. But apparently him being a rich guy, he thought it was a hole in the marketplace. He had all this money because he cashed in, and he was like, dude, I'm building the Ritz-Carlton in Portland.
Well, I think the idea is the Ritz doesn't fail wherever it goes. Some things just work. And then you're like, and to be fair to this, bro.
Well, he got royally screwed.
He got COVID.
Well, not only COVID, but the riots and the homeless issue.
Yeah, that's,
it's been really bad. But at the same time, dude, he was in his 70s. Yeah. Go sit on a pile of money, bro.
It was the worst timing possible.
Yeah, and not only that, apparently he has sold everything to try to make this work.
Yeah.
He sold his estate.
Yep.
He sold a couple of other buildings, and he's given all kinds of stuff back to the banks. Dude, I mean, I'm sure he's not broke, but at the same time, brother,
it's not good.
Know when to bail.
Nope. No. My buddy, like I said, my buddy has been watching these, and I believe there's 136 units of condos.
Of condos. There's there's 5 floors of retail.
Yes.
Or I mean, office space.
They have a nice bar.
There's the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and then there's 138.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Condos.
Yeah, and like I said, I had a buddy of mine who's been watching this like a hawk. And I haven't checked with him in a while, but I want to say maybe 6 to 8 months ago, do you know how many of those condos had actually sold?
I've heard it's very few, but
it's like 11.
Yeah.
It's like it's really bad. And by the way, like 3 of those, one dude like bought and made them into one.
Yeah.
Like one guy, like it's just they are not selling.
They're
not
trying
selling.
really hard. I have a friend who lives downtown in a very nice place.
Yeah.
He's the one that ran into Scoot in the elevator.
Yeah, going to that lake.
They were in the same building, and he said they are really trying to pilfer people from that building.
I'm going to that
lake.
lake.
He went over and just to see it. He's like, let's check it out. And he had a guy run him through there. He was like, dude, it is not what they're charging for that.
Yes.
It's not that great.
No, because
they didn't do it. He said it's very cold. It's they have like these beams in weird places, and he said it's just not worth the money.
And you're spending a lot of money to say you live at the Ritz.
Exactly. Yeah, and he was like, yeah. Nah.
There's some other condos out there that with just the same views and a lot of the same amenities that are not.
You're right though. That does have a great bar. Now they have 2 bars, one downstairs and one way upstairs.
Yeah.
The downstairs one, I went in to meet someone there for around Christmas time, and I got to tell you, I had a delightful cocktail in that bar.
Yes.
Now it was $22.
Yeah.
But it was a damn good cocktail.
So I've been to the one up top a couple times, and same thing. It's expensive. It's the Ritz, but it's a nice.
It's nice, but it's not
a nice bar.
There's no character to it. It's like it's just kind of.
Well, the problem is that you can.
It's kind of hotel-y.
There's several other rooftop bars that are up there that are nice in other parts of the city, and it's just it doesn't stand out.
I would much rather go to the Nines. The Nines it just has character and flair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Nines, it's got the I don't know. The Nines just has kind of.
I can see Portland wanting something that's got a little more character.
Well, sure.
Because the Ritz is about like traditional class.
Yes.
You know.
And we're weird. We're boutiquey.
Yeah.
we're not a Ritz type of city. So I don't know why he thought that was a great deal, but he put everything into it. He borrowed like $600 million. So
back.
he's now defaulted.
Yeah.
And they said that it's going to continue to operate status quo. But, they always say in deals like this, the third guy ends up making a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, they gave it back. It was like 400-something million that they owe on it that he gave it back to the lenders.
Like I said, he borrowed over $600 million.
Yes, but
he's I don't know how much he's paid. But
I think
he's defaulted on a lot.
I think the default on it that went back to the lenders. I thought I read was somewhere in the mid 400s.
So somebody's gonna get it for pennies on the dollar eventually, and probably make money off of it. But it ain't gonna be freaking. Developer guy. What's his name again? I just told you.
You just told me. But they did
Walt Bowen.
Walt Bowen. And they recently put in a bunch of food pods at the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a little, and that's nice.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool.
It's a nice little
pretty
thing.
Cool
I mean,
ad.
they're trying. They're trying. It's just it just wasn't. It didn't work. Bad timing. Maybe a bad fit for the city. Well, was it Big Pink? You were gone, but we talked about it. Big Pink, the U.S. Bank Corps Tower. Did you see what that sold for?
No.
So I want to say it was like in 2015, 2013, the last time that sold. And it sold for like 300 and something million, like $375 million. The guy that owns, I think it's Swickard Auto, that owns all those auto dealerships, he bought it in cash.
For how much?
Like 2 weeks ago. Whenever you were gone, when you went down to San Diego. I believe he bought it for $43 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The largest building in our city that sold a decade ago, somewhere in the $400 million range, sold for I believe $43 million.
See, somewhere somebody's gonna make money. Yeah. That guy, that seems like a pretty good buy. I don't know.
And he did say he's gonna dump tens of millions into it to try to kind of bring it back. And he's like, "Hey, I want to invest in the city."
But eventually, don't you think the city will have? Well, people will come back. Office space will get you. That guy's gonna make a mint on that. He's just gonna have to hold on to it for a while.
I would think.
It's not gonna be anytime soon.
But isn't that alarming when you're talking about 45 million in cash?
That shows you the state of affairs downtown. Walt. All right. In the news continues next. Is it news if 12 people miss their flights at PDX? We'll get to that when we return here on 105.1 The Fan.
This is The Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
1-2. Freeman lines the ball to left field. Bader can't get it. And the Dodgers win. Shades of October in July. Freddie Freeman, the hero.
I like that guy. Is that Davis?
I believe that's Joe Davis.
Joe Davis. He's great. Dodgers win today on a walk-off in the bottom of the
Freddie Freeman's giant teeth hit one going the other way.
Yeah, Harrison Bader should have caught it, but he didn't.
Did not. So Dodgers remain in first. And Ohtani hit another homer 5 games in a row.
5 games in a row.
Window into Sports brought to you by Window Nation. 50% off all window styles right now. Pay 0 interest for 5 full years. Free estimates at windownation.com or 866-90Nation.
The Trailblazers offseason brings renewed hope. Will Young save Rip City?
Got rolling and finishing with a pretty right hand.
Or will the rebuild have another setback?
you'll be all right.
Didn't affect that many, but
No.
there were a lot of cars out there. Apparently, a lot of the travelers said, "Look, it's okay. I mean, we get it, but could you at least alert us of the construction so that we can plan?"
Well, now you are.
Well, I am.
Your noted newsman is.
That's
alerting
right.
you.
I'm doing my duty.
Yeah.
PDX did not.
They have one of those like tune into a certain channel to get like traffic updates. Remember you see those sometimes?
Yeah, you do see those, and I've never once turned
Let's get the hell out of here.
to that.
Yeah, you used to be driving. It's like, hey, for updates, you're like, oh, I'll never do that.
Usually they're like in real desolate areas.
Sure. Yeah. Or it's mountain conditions or whatever. Can't you just look at your GPS? Can't you just look at your and be like, oh. I will say I do that more and more. Especially with work, because my commute is not bad. It's 20, 22 minutes. You hit a little traffic, that commute can turn into an hour real quick. So if I do have a meeting or something, I do I usually do about an hour check. I always do the, hey, take a quick
just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Because you never know.
And there are plenty of times you look down and you're like, oh, it's not 22, it says 51. And you're like, dude, you got to go, and you got to go now.
Well, according to Port of Portland, they said they have shifted their overnight construction work. It will now be between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's because of the slightly shorter night schedule.
Sure.
So the road work will be lasting through July 30th. So for the next week to, what is today? For the next week or so.
Yeah, today's 23rd. So you got to
if you got to get out there before 6, plan on
you're gonna run into
some extra time.
And what else are you gonna do? You got to do the construction sometime.
No, you do.
So
I mean, you would think they could wrap it up.
Yeah, I know, but they're picking the best hours they can.
I think you could wrap it up before 5. A lot of people have to get there.
I mean, skedaddle.
You do have to skedaddle.
yeah, skedaddle off our roadways. We got to catch a flight.
No,
I think you can get it done by 5.
Maybe you should be in charge.
Maybe we should skedaddle out of this segment.
They know where to find me. I know, we're so late. Buckley's nervous. Look at him over there.
I'm not nervous.
He's really scared about
Oh, God, we are.
us being a little late.
Boy, I did not.
Oh, no.
Boy, I didn't know what Buck was being a bitch about, but I apologize.
They're eating the
I don't.
pets.
Sorry.
I say we cruise right through.
No, I'm going to shut up now.
That's your In the News, July 23, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocates.com. Why the NCAA needs booze more than ever. Next on The Fan.
I think we're going to stop.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice, juicy little Wednesday. It's warm out there, I'm told.
Yeah, it's a little steamy.
It's not warm in here.
No, it's nice and cool. What do we got? Are we high 80s today?
I was wondering if it hit 90.
I got 87 on the old iPhone today. It's always tough because my gym doesn't have AC. So boy, it's just it's a mother. We try to open the doors and like turn on the fans and stuff, but boy, it is it's a mother bear on these summer days. You get a bunch of those hot, sweaty men rolling around together. Let me tell you, it gets hot.
We are your sports bros. I am Isaac. And Big Sook is right over there. He's the bold one. Ryan Buckley is here. It is day 2 of the Fan Global Sports Network, created by the powers that be here at Odyssey Portland. We are now on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
And 1080thefan.com and YouTube and Twitch. And we're everywhere.
We're on the
basically.
CW sometimes.
You can't not find us.
My parents found me on TV the other day. They were blown away.
Is that disturbing?
They were like, what the hell? You didn't tell us you were on TV. No, I didn't.
No. Well, you couldn't get it on TV back in Salina, but
no.
Now they're locals.
Yep.
I want to get your dad one of those "What About Bob" shirts that say "Don't hassle me, I'm local." Do you think Jack Ropp would wear that if I got him one of those?
Yes, I think he would.
What size is he?
Well, he went over to State Farm the other day to get some insurance needs taken care of.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if the next day he was not wearing a State Farm polo.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm was there for his wardrobe.
I am so excited. I would like to think that polo was free, and that's about to become his favorite shirt.
Well, of course. You think he bought that?
I don't know. Do they hand out State Farm polos?
Well, if you do business with them.
Well, I didn't get a polo.
I don't feel like that's standard.
I do. Well, yeah, my new car.
You should maybe ask.
Well, I did mine online through like an insurance, like a Wrangler.
Well, they're not going to give you a polo.
They're not going to give
But if
me
you
a
go to
polo.
a local agent, I think they'll toss you a polo.
Would you?
I mean, who else is wearing them?
Boy,
No, I would not wear it, but my dad would. Hence, you give him a T-shirt, he's going to rock it.
I am ordering your dad a "Don't Hassle Me, I'm Local" shirt, and I would like a photo of Jack Ropp out in the wild. Has he discovered Bi-Mart yet?
I haven't taken him quite yet. It's on my list.
You gotta ease him into the culture here.
We got a lot to show him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to explain something because someone was asking on the text line, and I think this is a good time to do it. So we have moved to 105.1 FM, and a lot of people. I just think we did a pretty poor job of educating people what 99.5 HD2 was. Yeah. So we have been on the FM this whole time. It's just that I think people even with HD radios don't really know the sitch because it's kind of weird. But if you don't know this, I think it's worth explaining at least once, and that is that if you go to 99.5 on your FM dial,
which is the Wolf. Ow!
As long as, and that's our country station, as long as you have an HD radio. Now this won't work if it's not an HD radio, but most cars come with HD radios now.
Yeah.
If you let it sit on 99.5, then you can click up one click on your dial.
Yeah.
Then you get 99.5 HD2.
Yes.
And that's where we used to reside. That is no longer since we've moved to a real HD signal, 105.1 now.
Yeah.
But most stations, if not all stations along the FM dial, have HD2, sometimes even HD3 and 4 channels.
And they'll just be like different versions of it. In fact, I think the 99.5, the Wolf's like HD3 is like a classic country.
Right.
Where they play
switch it up.
Yeah, they play like, Tammy Wynette or George Jones or whatever.
Now, I don't even know of people that have HD radios, how many people do you think even know that?
I'll tell you right now, until we made the switch over to that, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason I ever found it is the BTJ and me both have newer cars the last couple of years, and neither one of them has an AM radio. So I was like,
really? They don't even have AM? I
No.
thought that was a thing in Congress. Like
I don't have an AM radio.
But I thought they were requiring. Wasn't this like a law that
I think there were manufacturers that were thinking about eliminating them altogether, and I think they were trying to pass a bill that was stopping that. And I don't know whatever happened to it, but so in my gal's SUV and in my car, I think hers is like a 2022 and mine was just last year I bought it. There is no AM radio. There is no option.
Wow.
So I had, that's the only time I figured it out is I had to go to the HD2 signal. Otherwise I couldn't listen to the fan when I was in my car.
Now, you can always listen on the Odyssey app.
Yeah.
So nothing changes there.
No.
It still sucks.
And we're still on YouTube and Twitch and all the other places you can
Anywhere
find
you
us.
get your podcasts.
Yeah.
But now, if you're on the FM, you can just bounce up to 105.1.
I made the official switch today instead of, because I had the 99.5.2 pre-programmed. Now it's 105.1. And it finally switched over because yesterday the Bello logo was still up on my on the touchscreen on my car. It was the fan, but it had the Bello logo. Today, the new Fan Bridge logo was up there. So look at us.
So it's the Fan Global Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 AM, YouTube, Twitch, the app, Odyssey app, anywhere you get your podcast, CW. My God, we're everywhere. Okay, let's get back to sports. What did I tease?
Someone's asking if they can buy Jack Rupp a "My Son's an Idiot" shirt.
You certainly can. I don't know that he would wear that. That'd be an interesting test.
Yeah.
Because he loves him a free shirt, but that might be a bridge too far.
I think we should.
Although the other son is coming next week, maybe we should have it for
that,
for his appearance.
Because I think this could be a fun game. Because my old man, he passed away. Although I still have one. I had two dads. The free shirt dad thing is interesting because I think all dads love a free shirt more than anything else.
They don't want to buy new clothes.
What level could we push this? How bad could we make the shirt and the old man would still wear it?
Well, he doesn't really need it.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Well, does anyone need a free T-shirt? No.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he's already got clothes.
Yeah.
I did find it odd that he was wearing the State Farm polo.
He's wearing a State Farm polo. If we can get a State Farm
nice
polo on him, I think we could. Is it like one of those weird off brands?
It's pretty nice. And remember, he was an insurance guy back in the day.
Yeah.
In addition to being a chaplain.
Interesting.
So he reps.
I kind of want to play around with this and see what sort of free gear I can give your dad to see if he'll wear it.
Get after it. All right, coming up next. Oh, I know what I teased. The NCAA needs booze more than ever. Next on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. I feel like most people that are lame know they're lame. I'm telling you 100%. Hand
All right, welcome back to our show. This next story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal, and I found it most interesting as if you've ever been to an NCAA sanctioned event, namely like over at the Moda Center when they have the NCAA tournament in town.
Yeah.
You will notice how generic their court and advertisers, their setup is.
Yeah.
Because, and there's just no, I mean, you can get beer there.
Yeah, but you have to put it, so like, I remember once.
Yeah, you have to put it in a
you have
certain
to put it.
cup.
So I bought I bought like a Bud Light or a Modelo, whatever the beer was, and they made me put it in a Powerade cup. Because Powerade was the sponsor of whatever, and they didn't have an official beer sponsor, so you could buy a beer, but if you were going to take it on to your seat, God forbid someone in the crowd sees you drinking a Bud, so you pour it into a Powerade cup.
Yeah, and so they've always had this weird relationship with alcohol where they're just high and mighty, and they don't really have.
Well, and they think because they're affiliated with student athletes that doesn't blend with alcohol.
Students don't drink.
But it's like it's this antiquated, very 1950s Pollyanna style parent attitude.
I remember when we played. I mean, this is many moons ago, but from BYU especially, who does not have an alcohol sponsor. You can't even sell it at the stadium. Fresno State, I believe, was the first college to sign an official beer partner. And I remember going into the whatever that stadium's called, and I think if I remember correctly, I think it was Coors Light, and there was Coors Light stuff everywhere. And Fresno State was like, "Hey man, we need money." So that is 25 years ago. They're like, "Come on board. We're Fresno State. Let's do it."
You sure it wasn't Michelob?
It might have been Michelob. I don't know if Michelob Ultra was around back then. I'm fairly certain it was Coors Light. But that was, like I said, it was a long time ago. But I do remember being like, "Oh my God." In all the stadiums I've been to, like, I had never seen that before.
So the NCAA doesn't really have booze partners. I mean, they do, but it's really, the booze partnership is really more than networks.
Yeah.
But I was reading this article that was talking about how the NCAA just simply needs cash, and they're trying to expand the men's basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And because they want more teams in there. But what looks like a simple formula, basically add more teams means make more money.
Yeah.
It's not quite that simple.
No?
No. The question whether the tournament expands to, I think they're talking about like 76 teams.
Something like that, yeah.
By next spring.
I assume that just meant more inventory for TV and they'll get a bump in revenue.
It basically hinges on one thing, and the NCAA has always fought it, and that is alcohol. Because to make expansion pencil out, this says the NCAA needs to wring significant amounts of money from selling official NCAA sponsorships in categories that it has previously shunned: beer, wine, and hard alcohol.
Okay.
The twist is that the NCAA can't sell those sponsorships themselves. Instead, it has to persuade tournament broadcasters, CBS and Turner, to do so, and then increase their own annual payments to the NCAA.
What?
The NCAA would use its portion to fund the travel expenses and tournament payouts for the additional teams. Anything left over would go towards the growing expenses of college sports, including the national office's portion of a massive antitrust settlement.
What?
Isn't that wild?
Why do they have to? Why are they making them jump through all these hoops?
Let's read on, shall we?
I'm just. It seems like this shouldn't be that hard. Is it their own red tape they can't navigate?
The NCAA landed in this bizarre position because the men's basketball tournament, its crown jewel property, is tied up in a TV contract through 2032. The deal is so great for the broadcasters, CBS and Turner, that they have little reason to touch it. As the price of rights to coveted sporting events skyrockets, the broadcasters have America's most loved tournament locked up for 7 more years in exchange for relatively fixed annual payments. The contract does not require the broadcasters to pay more for more teams. The NCAA president, Charlie Baker, confirmed this in an interview with the Wall Street Journal. So the NCAA is trying to leverage another part of the deal. So as part of its 2010 broadcast rights contract, the NCAA handed control of its sponsorship program to CBS and Turner. So the unusual move means that if a bank or an insurance company wants to become an official sponsor of the NCAA or any championship, it doesn't pay the NCAA. It pays the broadcasters of the NCAA tournament.
Okay, so this makes sense. So it's there's some contract red tape and they're trying to work around it.
Yeah, so the rights holders, CBS and Turner, keep the sponsorship revenue, which they use to offset their $1 billion annual payment to the NCAA for the men's basketball tournament. It's a setup very different from pretty much any major pro sports broadcast rights deal.
But this is kind of similar, I guess, in some ways, because like when they talk about adding teams to conferences, some of these conferences you've read will have a provision saying that whatever ESPN or Fox or whatever will kick in depending on what I think they call it, like pro rata or whatever. There's provisions in there that if you add more teams to a certain point or certain teams, they will increase the payment a full share or half a share, and others do not. And that's why that's such a tricky thing is when you add more, it doesn't necessarily mean that the TV contract has to pay. And that's what this sounds like here. I was under the assumption that more TV or more games meant more inventory and the TV networks had to pay up.
No, they're locked in.
But they're locked in.
So it's really a good deal for CBS and Turner. Yeah. In a stunning turn of events, we have found out that the NCAA, even their big shining,
it's the only thing that makes money.
Their big thing, the NCAA tournament, they don't have a favorable deal on.
No. Huh.
So
interesting.
If it expands, be ready for a lot more booze, beer, and wine.
So, because you think about, like, everything is already sold. There's an official ladder. There's an official cola. There's an official this. It's kind of the last untapped market, right? We need the official hard spirit. We need the official beer. I'm guessing those are big dollar things.
Well, what about BetMGM?
There you go.
DraftKings.
That's
what about that world? I don't know that the NCAA will go that far. You think they will?
They will. Dude, they need money, and they need money in the worst possible way. I mean, they got to settle a couple $2 billion worth of lawsuits, the House settlement, and you've got every team clamoring from here to Kingdom Come that they're falling short on money. And now that you're paying athletes, I mean, remember all these non-revenue generating sports, the NCAA puts on all those championships. The NCAA will sell their soul to anything at this point to keep money coming in because it's not getting any cheaper to run this sort of stuff. So trust me, bet it. We said the same thing about professional sports. There are now NFL stadiums with sports books attached to them. It's coming to college sports, 100%. Because that is the big moneymaker. When's the last time you watched a sporting event where you didn't see 1,000 different ads for gambling?
Well, college.
Yeah, that's it. It's the only one. But in professionalism?
Oh, all over the place.
They're all over the place. And so college can sit there and try to peacock all they want and say that they were above XYZ. And as the years go on, they're not above anything. They're just being forced to the table and, you know. I mean, God, the NFL in these places don't even need money, and they're still jumping in bed with it.
All right, up next, the must-see up-and-coming athletes of the last 5 years. Do we have one that not one person is talking about? Well, that's not true.
Because we're about to talk about it.
Well, a lot of people are talking about him. But is he better?
A lot of people are saying.
Is this guy better than the guy everyone talks about? We'll get to that coming up next. But first, Buck with his little SportsCenter update here on 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley here with this here little SportsCenter update on the Fan. In the NFL, the New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback. Head coach Brian Dable says that while all 4 QBs will compete in camp, including first-round pick Jackson Dart, that Wilson is the clear-cut starter. At Big Ten Media Day, the main Ducks news of note is that starting linebacker Devin Jackson is still dealing with an injury from spring ball and will be limited to open fall camp. Dan Lanning does expect him to be ready for the beginning of the season. A lot of baseball today on the diamond. The Giants win 9-3 over the Braves. Justin Verlander getting his first win in 17 tries this season. The Mariners lost their rubber game with the Milwaukee Brewers this afternoon. Brew Crew knocked out 17 hits in their 10-2 win. Seattle now moves to Anaheim for the beginning of a 7-game road trip. They have a 4-game set to start things off with the Angels. And the Dodgers had lost 11 of their last 14, but they got another home run from Shohei Ohtani. That's his 5th straight game with a dinger. And Freddie Freeman walked it up in the bottom of the 9th for a 4-3 win over the Twins. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's time for Who's Leading the Charge? A look under the hood at the coaches, players, and teams getting it done. Brought to you by Battery Exchange.
Pasquantino launches it to right center field. Crow Armstrong races back, looks up. It's out of here.
That's right.
Another home run for Vinny Pasquantino.
Another one.
His second home run of the game. 2 more RBIs. It is the Pasquatch's day in Wrigley.
Isn't it RBI?
It is RBI because it's runs.
Runs batted in.
Yeah.
Why did he say RBIs? That's unprofessional.
All
I
in
didn't like
gas.
it.
Interesting.
It's weak.
Yeah. You know what else is weak? The Chicago Cubs getting bounced by your Kansas City Royals.
We beat him again, dude.
I think the Cubs have like the best record in baseball.
The Cubs are tough, but the Royals are giving them a little run.
Yeah, go Royals.
Go Royals. Reliable, affordable batteries for cars, boats, RVs, golf carts, and more. Online at batteryexchange.com, powered by Continental Battery Systems. Mention code BXT10 for 10% off.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative
have to release their financial records because it's, it's a publicly.
Are you an owner of the Packers?
My dad is. We bought my dad one of those stock shares. For
so you technically are.
Well, I'm not, but my dad is.
Well, when he kicks,
he ain't going to me.
What?
I'm not certain that I'm the favorable one in that will. What? But so that because the only way we get a glimpse of what the NFL is making is through the Packers. And so this does not include ticket sales. This does not include local sponsorships, anything. This is just the money that is distributed from the NFL to each team. And that we get to know. And so
only because of the Packers.
Only because of the Packers. Because the NFL cooks their books. Every owner's like, oh, it's times are tough and I need you to build me a stadium or whatever. The Green Bay Packers were divvied up from the NFL, just one blank check for $432 million last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Just saying. And then whatever local revenue you make and everything on top of that, that's all too. But the next time an NFL owner is like, well, money's tight and I don't. Oh, it's tough. The Brown family with the Bengals, or when Jerry's like, oh, I won't spend money in bad investment. Before you make anything on your own, the NFL gives you a check for $432 million and is like, here you go. Just for existing.
Popular league.
Popular league.
People watching.
Yeah. So NCAA is hurting for money. Who's not hurting for money is the NFL.
Now to baseball. I was watching Miz last night mow down some Mariners.
Yeah.
And he only pitched into the fourth.
Yeah.
But that dude
lost what? 1-0 last night?
Who?
The
Birds. I actually didn't even see who won the game.
I think the Mariners won 1-0 on a Cal Raleigh home run, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that last time and one before?
I was watching the Miz. That's all I cared about.
Look at you.
It was 0-0.
Yeah.
And once they pulled him, I was like, oh, this game sucks. I'm out.
You're done.
We go watch a real game.
Yeah, it was 1-0.
So Miz, that dude, he's amazing. If you haven't seen him,
he's electric.
He really is. I don't know if he's better than Paul Skeens, but I will say this. Paul Skeens is the guy we all talk about as the young hotshot.
Yeah.
Miz is more must-see TV than Paul Skeens.
Yeah, so he threw 3 2/3. He gave up 3 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 7.
Yeah, he is awesome.
Yeah.
His name is, I think it's Jason Mizorowski?
No, it is
Jacob Mizorowski.
Big, tall, the Polish Punisher.
Yeah, he's a big, tall, lanky kid.
Yeah.
And his arm is probably going to fall off any day. He throws 103 miles per hour.
It is so violent. It looks like such an unnatural motion.
So Skeens is great.
Yeah.
And probably the better of the two. He came along a little sooner.
Sure.
But so it's hard to say who's better. But Skeens is awesome to watch. But Miz is more fun to watch.
Yeah,
I would say.
Well, he's.
And nobody's really talking about that.
I would say right now it's more dynamic. And by the way, Skeens plays in an absolute wasteland in Pittsburgh.
I know.
Milwaukee, I think, is tied, right? I think Milwaukee.
They're good.
I think they had won 11 in a row before the Mariners beat them yesterday, and then the Brewers got them today. So I think they've won like 11 of 12, and I believe they're tied for the best record in baseball, and we're still not paying attention to them.
Yeah, it's true. That's part of why Skeens isn't much talk right now is because the Pirates suck. I mean, he's pitching well.
Yeah, so Skeens,
but he's like 4-10.
So Skeens is 5-8.
5-8
with a 1.91 ERA.
What's Miz?
The Miz is 4-1 with a 2.5 or with a 2.45 ERA.
Okay,
and he has 40 strikeouts in just a handful of it. I mean, and they're not really pitching him deep into games, like you said. They pulled him after less than 4 innings.
Listen, if you haven't seen him pitch yet, dude,
well,
he is the most exciting pitcher that I can think of since
it's Skeens. I mean, Skeens came up with the same sort of thing.
I know, but I don't think he's that exciting to watch. He's fun to watch, but I'm talking about just like,
who came on the scene with like an electric
Randy
debut.
Johnson was this way.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before he got hurt, when he was at his peak, Jacob DeGrom a
DeGrom.
couple years ago,
awesome.
when he wasn't getting hurt, was stupid fun to watch.
Yeah. So this guy, and so I bring this up because I was wanting to power rank the must-see up-and-coming athletes of the last 5 years. Okay.
And by the way, to be fair, after only pitching in, I think 4 or 5 games, they did give Miz an all-star.
Yeah,
nod.
he was great there too.
And the Phillies were pissed.
Oh yeah.
I think Miz makes the list over Skeens.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He does on my list.
He does on your list, but Skeens was a much bigger deal because we had seen Skeens and he had the Livy Dunn thing. And
I'm ranking this based off of must see.
Okay. Well, I'll say this.
Skeens did have more buzz than
the general public,
Definitely.
the Polish Punisher is still largely a who, and Paul Skeens was not. When Paul Skeens arrived, it was like, dude,
I agree with
pay
that.
attention to this person.
You had just seen him in the College World Series with LSU.
No, I agree with all
Strasburg
that.
had that coming up into Washington.
What I'm saying is, if you woke up from a coma, and I said you need to see these 5 athletes that I guarantee you, when you went into a coma, you had not seen or heard of before. Okay.
Talk to me.
Must see. I'm putting Miz in before Skeens.
Understand? I would not say that, but I get it.
I would have Wembanyama in there because that would just blow your mind.
Yeah.
I would have Caitlin Clark in there.
Ohtani has to be in my list.
But he's not up and coming though. I didn't think about him, but
You
I'm
said 5 years.
Well, no, yeah, I think of the last 5 years. I'm thinking of athletes that weren't on the radar and popped. They're either younger or newer.
I'm just saying, man.
Ohtani's been around for a while now.
I know it's like what his 7th, 8th year, but still, like I don't care. The fact that he is a Cy Young level pitcher and a multiple time MVP, Shohei Ohtani. In fact, if you had to say, and I know he's only pitching a handful of innings right now, but if you had to tell me right now in the world of sport, and I could watch one thing, I would want to watch a game where Ohtani is pitching and hitting.
Sports is
and Ohtani
sports.
starting outing to me right now. If he's, if they're going to let him go 5-6 innings, I think that's the best buck the best bang for my buck right now in sports.
We've got Cooper Flagg, but
Can I submit Ant Edwards?
That's a good one. Yeah, Ant Edwards is a really good one.
If you hadn't seen him pre-2000 before he got drafted, I mean, he just
2020.
Talking about 2020, excuse me. Just the electricity that you're talking about with the Miz, like he has that when he elevates.
Yeah, he's pretty fun. You're right. Must see like that. He is
like just from an entertainment value standpoint.
The one guy I can't speak to, but everybody's raving about this the soccer kid, the Yamal kid.
Oh yeah,
Lamine Yamal. Yeah,
I know nothing.
No,
I also can't really comment on Connor Bedard.
Oh,
the hockey kid.
No.
Is he not on the?
Well, Connor Bedard is really good, but unfortunately, we've seen a couple hockey players in the last 10 years that had this kind of hype that were much better, one being Connor McDavid and the other one being Nathan McKinnon. So Bedard has been good, but he isn't like, he isn't like, oh my God, you have to see what he's doing.
My list would also include Carlos Alcaraz. He's amazing.
Yeah.
A couple of other people texted in. Jaden Daniels, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, the receiver out of Ohio State. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. See, again, I mean, Jaden Daniels had an unbelievable rookie season, but I don't know. I've seen plenty of quarterback play that was
not that much more electric than the next guy, too, I don't think. I mean, he's really good.
I mean, no offense, but I'd rather watch, and I know he's not up and coming, but I'd rather watch Lamar Jackson run around than I would Jaden Daniels. So if you're saying must see, is he doing something different than other players in the league? No, Josh Allen plays the same style of game and plays it much better. I just don't think what he's doing is unique to where it would stand out. I would not put him in that. I would not put him in that mix. And someone saying Mahomes, but again, that's not 5 years ago.
Yeah, not up and coming,
but
well established.
Well established. I mean, my God,
come on.
He's the best player in football, and it's not. I mean, that guy stamped his flag a long time ago as the best in the business. I was trying to think if there was anyone else that like any other fringe guy that I'd be like, oh my God, you have to.
Angel Reese.
Watching those me bounds. Well, I mean, some people would say, Caitlin Clark at this point is hype. And
well, I had her on my list.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to see her. If you haven't seen her, yeah, she's definitely in the top 5.
I would think so. I think she's right now the biggest star in basketball. And I'm not saying women's basketball. I think she's the biggest star in basketball. When's the last time you saw an athlete, and you can argue whether or not she's good or deserves it, I don't care. When's the last time you saw an athlete that got games moved? They play in 35 to 4,500 seat arenas, and then Caitlin Clark comes to town, and they move games to NBA arenas, and they sell them out. I'm sorry, there's just nothing. I can't recall a female athlete doing that. I mean, this is Serena Williams type stuff. And you can say whether, and everyone hates her, and Casey Plum and Angel Reese, and I don't care. But what she has done for the elevation of that league is silly. Did you see the All-Star game numbers?
Oh, yeah.
So ESPN, which, again, their refusal to admit the Caitlin Clark effect is adorable because they don't want it to be about one person. So they said that the All-Star game rating was up like 158%. They're like, oh my God, up 158%. No, it wasn't. They put it like in little fine print. It was up 158% from 2 years ago when Caitlin Clark was a senior at Iowa. It was down 30-something% from last year when Caitlin Clark played in it, and this year she wasn't.
Yeah, she coached in it this year.
She went, think about that. Caitlin Clark not being in the All-Star game, to being in the All-Star game.
Caitlin Clark is white.
Is damn near 160% increase. And the moment she's gone, it chops it by 1/3. That's Tiger. The last athlete I saw to do this was Tiger Woods. Because when Tiger played in a golf tournament, when he was like winning the Masters, all of a sudden golf was like, oh my God, people are watching. Lance Armstrong did this for cycling. No one gave two Fs about the Tour de France. But when Lance was in it, we cared. I would say in my, that I can think of off the top of my head, Lance, Tiger, and Caitlin Clark have the three biggest effects on their sports that I can recall. A singular entity dragging along an entire sport. There's never been anything like it that I can remember in my little world.
All right, up next, gentlemen and ladies, all you Bella listeners still holding on, waiting for us to play Maroon 5 or something. It's not going to happen, but
maybe we could come back with some. I mean, we played a lot of Ozzy yesterday. Maybe we balance it out with some.
Yeah, I mean, it's the least we could do, play some Bella music for the people. Do you think there's anybody out there that is like, God, when are they going to? They sure do talk a lot on Bella now.
What do we think the number one song on Bella was?
Oh.
I can find it.
Like a Taylor
Swift. We'll just look at adult contemporary female hits.
Probably Chapel Roan. Well, did they play Chapel Roan on that station?
Probably.
Probably that.
Okay.
Give me some Chapel Roan.
Hey, she's good.
Yeah, she is good.
Yeah, she's talented.
The Mariners traded Julio? Next on The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Well, we got some facts and figures from Dan Lanning at Media Day today that included the team collectively has put on 1,300 pounds of muscle, and they've increased an average of 21% on their power scores. I don't know what any of that means, but, you know, they're doubling down.
I know what that means. Not one, not two.
Well, it's like when he asked you about your squat and how twitchy you are. I do enjoy, by the way, everyone comes back in the offseason with 10 pounds of muscle.
They said the average freshman gained 17 pounds of muscle.
What? By the way, that... Okay, never mind.
What?
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 You don't...
What? What?
What?
Do you know how hard it is to gain 17 pounds of muscle, let alone in...
That's the organ effect, baby.
I know how easy it is to gain 17 pounds.
That's true. But I love it.
What?
Not an ounce of fat. 29 pounds of lean muscle in 9 weeks.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
There you go, Bella Peeps.
By the way, Buck made a command decision because the number one hit right now on adult contemporary radio is Teddy Swims. But Buck said no.
What song?
And then Benson Boone was number 2, and Buck also said no and went with Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, I was pot committed on Chapel there.
Yeah, he was. He had already committed to it. So
what's the Teddy Swim song?
Oh God,
Lose Control. I think you
Lose
said it was.
Control. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we have that too. I can find it.
It's a little. I mean, it's not old, but that's still number 1
according to this.
I feel like that song's been out a while.
Couldn't tell you.
By the way, he's coming to Edgefield in September.
Yeah, that'll be a big deal.
Teddy Swims.
Yeah, Teddy Swims is he's good.
Yeah, this song.
This.
Here on 105.1 Bella.
Right.
The fellas.
Lose Control.
Yeah,
oh
yeah, I mean,
you know this too.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's been on the charts for 43 weeks.
What's Benson Boone do?
He takes his shirt off a lot and does backflips. He's an oily bohunk.
Could you name a song, please?
If I heard one, I would know what it is.
I think he performed Beautiful Things at the Grammys.
That's the big one.
Here's that.
Yes.
And that goes...
Well, it picks up.
And he's got a mustache. He's
What?
very handsome.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But lately I've been doing better than the last 4 cold Decembers I recall.
The ladies love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see my family.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He signed our wall out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was here.
He's like if Timothy Chalamet became a real man.
Ooh. I thought you were going to say if Timothy Chalamet became a musician.
I love Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, he's like a steroided up Timothy Chalamet. So there's for our Bella listeners.
Yep, that's for you, ladies.
For you ladies
I'm
out
sure
there.
you're still out there.
By the way, the stupid Billboard, when I went to look up the Billboard charts, they're trying to make me pay to look at
Oh, come on.
Are you serious? Yeah, subscribe now or log in to see the charts.
Get out of here with that.
Okay, Billboard. Yeah. I'm really itching to find the adult content. And by the way, it took me like 30 seconds to find it on Twitter. Someone had posted a screenshot of it. Keep doing that.
Well, you remember in
Put
the
that
old
behind a
days when you
paywall.
had to wait till Saturday morning and hear
Oh, yeah.
Casey Kasem?
Yeah.
Count them down?
Yeah, the hot countdown. Yeah.
Dude, I used to look so forward to that.
Oh, absolutely.
I loved it.
I remember when I was a kid, I would have my tape player ready.
Yeah.
And
For all the songs that you didn't have?
Yes. And it would piss me off when they would talk over the beginning or cut it short at the end.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm trying to make my awesome mixtape to make out with. What the hell are you doing? Shut up and let me hear the beginning of the song.
American Top 40.
Yeah.
It was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time.
All right. Well, I can't get to my Julio Rodriguez story because we're out of time. Thanks to Chapel Roan.
Well, and Teddy Swims.
And Benson Boone.
Catching fillings for Benson Boone.
So I'll get to that tomorrow. Coming up next in the club.
Aren't we already there?
What?
Great. Now I'm getting ads for Benson Boone now on my damn computer.
Coming up next in the club, did you see the Koberger victim family statements?
I saw where they were upset that that they accepted the plea deal. They wanted a needle in his arm.
No. They were in court today.
Yeah, because the sentencing happened today.
Correct.
Yeah.
And boy, dude, this is a giant wow.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't see.
There's lots of wow there.
Dude, there is lots of wow.
Wow! I'm ready for wow. Sad wow.
Also, the one person we all want to hear from, even Congress. That's next on The Fan.
Hey, it's Suk. You know,
Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, little day baseball this afternoon. The Mariners losing the rubber game to the Brewers. Milwaukee knocked out 17 hits in their 10-2 win. Seattle will lick their wounds and open a 7-game road trip starting with a 4-game set in Anaheim on Thursday. The Dodgers had lost 11 of 14, but after Shohei Ohtani's 5th straight game with a home run and Freddie Freeman's walk-off in the bottom of the ninth, they beat the Twins 4-3 the final. In the NFL, New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback. Head coach Brian Dable said that while all 4 quarterbacks will compete in camp, including first-round pick Jackson Dart, that Wilson is the clear-cut number 1. And at Big Ten Media Day, the main Ducks news of note is that starting linebacker Devin Jackson is still dealing with an injury from spring ball and will be limited to open fall camp. Dan Lanning does expect Jackson to be ready for the beginning of the season, however. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Warning. The following program may not be suitable for children.
Hold on to your butts.
As the sun sets over Slabtown, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak, full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the f*** they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my.
A lot of people saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
Okay, we apologize.
You know.
Only you.
Yeah. Thanks, Isaac and Zook. Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby. On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
So
I love that new opening.
Yeah, I like it when he gets soulful.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Welcome to the club. This is where we drink massive quantities of alcohol.
I don't have anything in front of me.
And say terrible things.
Where's my Michelob Ultra?
That was Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
Got my Michelob Ultra joints.
Michelob Ultra.
Ah, the kids.
I don't know if I've ever had a Michelob Ultra, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm missing out.
I have, and you are not.
You go to a concert, and that's like one of the 3 beers they have.
Do you still have those in your fridge, Isaac? Didn't someone leave you with a bunch of those?
Didn't leave you with a Michelob Ultra?
Yeah, they were Michelobs.
They still laying around?
No. I didn't drink them, but somebody, I don't know, somewhere along the line, somebody got them. Probably Meatball.
Yeah,
drink anything.
Yeah, sometimes the boy comes home. Iserman will come home for like a weekend or whatever, and he's always like, Dad, what can I take? And I set stuff aside, and you're like, just here, take that.
Isn't that wild? I mean, I enjoy a drink.
Yeah.
I'm a man of a drink.
Yeah.
But
shocking.
I look in my fridge, and there's Michelob Ultra that somebody brought over because that's what they drink, and they left like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And even though I'm a man of the drink, didn't touch them for a year.
I'll bet you.
Isn't that weird? Like, wouldn't you think that
eventually
at some point I'd just grab one and have a beer? I didn't.
I think every drinker has that. So I have like a beer. Well, I have like a liquor cabinet, and then I have a beer fridge, right? And I'll bet you, if I go into that beer fridge, I'll bet you I have at least 4 random alcoholic beverages that I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they are, and have been in there at least a year and will never, ever.
What do you mean you don't know what they are?
I don't know where they came from. They're just there.
But you know what they are?
Not really. Like, I think there's like a Cream City ale in there for some reason. There's some sort of...
Oh, you know what that is?
Huh.
I have one of those too. That's Greg Glover.
Is that Glover?
From 92.3?
Yeah.
And 94.7.
Yeah.
I think. He gave us those because they're non-alcoholic, because he doesn't drink anymore.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. I have one in my fridge too.
And it's the same thing. Like every now and then when I go in there, it's like I'll go in there and I'll reach for a Rainier, reach for a Banquet or whatever, and I will literally I'm like, why don't I just throw it away? And that, by the way, there's like 4 or 5 in there that they're just there.
You never know when you might need it.
I guess. And it's the same thing in my liquor cabinet. Because when Eiserman comes home and he's like, Dad, can I take a bottle of something? I'm like, sure. So I'll open up the liquor cabinet. And inevitably, there's one of these. What the hell is this? And I'll look at it and be like, hey, buddy, you want this? And he's like, I'll take it. You're like, great, here. And same thing. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know really like how I got it. It's just there. And if it wasn't for Eiserman taking them, it would sit in the back of my liquor barrel, and it would sit there for like 9 years.
Yeah. I have a bottle of. It's so true. We also have a bunch of liquor up above the bar.
Yeah.
And there are bottles in there that I have not touched for probably 10 years. As a matter of fact, it's like you grow out of phase. You know, you go through different drinking phases, of course. But you grow out of something, and you look up and you go, "Why the hell did I ever even have that?"
Yeah.
I have a bottle of, what is it, Kahlua, I think, up there. Like,
I think Kahlua goes bad, by the way.
Does it?
I think so.
Should I check that?
Well, like, I know, like...
Doesn't it have, like, cream or milk in it?
Because I know, like, Baileys and stuff, you can't, like, rum chata and stuff.
I should pour that out.
I don't know if Kahlua goes bad.
There's also Johnny Walker Black. Like, I never
drank
drank Johnny Walker.
That won't go bad.
You got some JW?
Yes.
Yeah, Johnny Walker will keep forever.
But I never drank that.
No.
Like, why is that up there?
Yeah.
I haven't touched it in years.
I have a bottle of Canadian whiskey that it's not Crown Royal, it's something else, and the same thing. I believe it's been in there for the better part of a decade, and I've never drank it. It's open, though, which means at some point, someone brought it over and it was opened, or I opened it, and I don't know. But I literally move it out of the way all the time, and then I look at it, I'm like, eh. I think I even offered it once to Eiserman. He was like, eh. Take something else. Like, no one will drink it, and yet it's there. And I can't bring myself. When's the last time you threw out alcohol where you're like, no one's going to drink this, I'll throw it in the trash?
The only time I'll do that is if we've cracked a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And maybe we went on vacation. We didn't finish it or something, and it's been sitting around, and it wasn't corked or anything. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's bad. I'm just throwing that out. So that happens.
Yeah. I can't tell you the last... I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Champagne's the same way.
And I throw away all kinds of stuff. I'm kind of I'm a clear outer because the BTJ is a hoarder.
Well, you got to make space.
Yeah, yeah. But I
hate it when the fridge has a bunch of stuff we don't use in it.
No, it pisses me off. Yeah. But then I get yelled at. So I have to wait till she like leaves town, and then I throw stuff away, and then she comes home, and then a month later she realizes what I've done.
Or inevitably she says, "Hey, where's that?"
And then I play dumb.
Oh, damn it!
I play dumb. I'm like,
know.
oh.
What did you do with it?
I do. I always pull one of those. I don't know. The kids must have done. That's my go-to. I don't know. The kids must have done something with it.
That's what kids are for.
Exactly. Like,
Blame them.
And then when the kids are gone, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the dog broke it, or don't worry about it, honey. Just hey, have you seen so and so? No, I don't know what happened to that.
So the Idaho murderer guy, Brian Koberger, was sentenced today.
Yeah. So he's going to jail forever, but he took he pled, so he's not getting the death penalty.
So he gets life in prison, no parole. You know, you knew he would.
4 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah, because he killed 4 people.
Yeah, he's not getting that.
Now, you said you hadn't seen this, so I'm delighted to be able to read this to you.
Okay.
But let's see if I can pull this up here. On the fan. Okay.
On fan.
The family of one of the victims, they were yelling at him today.
Sure.
Because they get their day in court. I mean, we didn't get any answers as to why he did it or anything. He just sat there.
They call it like the victim impact statements. And they do this in every trial where when you get sentencing, the families get to stand up. The famous one, I would think, is the black girl yelling at Jeffrey Dahmer. There's that famous one where she's, screaming at him.
Well, this one of the victims' families told him to sit up when I'm talking to you. That happened today.
Yeah.
But I particularly loved this one. And this is from Kaylee Goncalves.
Gonsalves is the way they're saying that.
Yeah, see? Goncalves.
Yeah.
Kaylee Gonsalves' mother on behalf of her 18-year-old sister, Aubrey.
Okay.
That seems hard to understand, but
let's go with
Maybe the sister didn't feel comfortable speaking, so she gave the statement to the mom.
Okay, there you go. You may have received A's in high school and college, but a dead killer doesn't kill again. So while I'm disappointed the firing squad won't get to take their shots at you, I'm confident that the men in prison will have their way with you in more ways than one. Ooh. You will finally get what you wanted. Physical touch.
Wow. That's a bold
Dude,
statement.
she said that.
Yikes.
In court.
Yeah.
To him.
I can't blame her, right?
So she said, you got A's in high school, now you're getting big D's.
Wow.
She said that.
She said that.
How about that?
And the judge didn't say boo about it.
Well, I don't think you can.
No, I mean, it is the victim statement. I don't think there's any...
No, you say whatever the hell you want.
I mean, I've seen enough of these where, and most of them, it does, it does turn into a yelling and crying and screaming match, but I can't say I've ever... I mean, that's premeditated. That's a clever little bit that you've come up with there. You got A's and now you're going to get D's. Wow.
I mean, yeah.
And then the touch. I mean, you sat up at night and you were thinking about that one.
Do you think she was trying to... I mean, it would be sad if it's true. Is she trying to do a little bit? Like go a little viral with that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it certainly is a bit, but I mean...
Or if that's really what she wanted to say. I mean...
I think that's what she wanted to say. I can't imagine...
Although that came from the 18-year-old, though.
Yeah, so that's probably just a really emotional, like,
18
slightly immature 18-year-old way of dealing with that.
Well, on occasion you see, like, where the dad, like, tries to leap across the court.
Well, so one of the dads today, basically, he turned the podium to face him and basically said, I'm shaking right now because I want to reach across and grab you. I wish I could take you out in the woods and do what I want.
Our college wrestling coach was Mark Schultz, and his brother was Dave Schultz. And if you remember, they made a movie about him, Foxcatcher, with Channing Tatum and Steve Carell. And the guy that killed him, John DuPont of the DuPont, the guy went loony and shot Mark Schultz, who's one of the great American wrestlers of all time, in the head.
Wild story.
Wild story. Look it up. And Mark was our wrestling coach at BYU and is one of the more terrifying human beings I'd ever met in my entire life. He fought like in the 2 UFCs, and then BYU told him he couldn't do it anymore. He just legitimately, I think, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and just is that guy. And Mark was talking to a class that I was in, some sort of sports, whatever, management, coaching, blah, blah, blah. And someone had the nerve to ask him about DuPont, and we all got real quiet. We're like, ugh. Oh, boy. And Mark said that Mark went to all of his parole hearings, because I think DuPont was found not guilty by insanity, right?
Like not competent.
Not competent.
Yeah.
And so, like, he would have, like, hearings. And Mark said that he would go to every one of those hearings. And we were like, oh. And then Mark said, I lobby for him to get let out. And we were like, and Mark said that he wanted him out of prison so that he could kill him. And we were like, and then Mark said, like, basically, if you're wondering, because he shot his brother, he said, I'm not going to take the coward's way out and shoot him. He said, I'm going to kill him with my bare hands. And to, like, a bunch of, like, 19-year-old college kids, to see someone say that and mean it, and also be one of the scariest people, I will never forget that moment in my entire life. And I was like, oh. And that's sort of, one of those dads, like, you'll never get that opportunity. But I bet you if that dad could, in that moment, he would trade his life to kill Coburn.
He sounded like it today.
Yeah. Man. Pretty wild.
From A's to taking big, boy. We've moved into a world where now, no matter what, you got to do bits. God. So do you think the rest of them that were just making their impact statement were like, I didn't have anything written down?
The other ones were also really good. I read a bunch of them, and even what the judge had to say to him was great. He basically applauded the families he's like, you said everything I could have. I don't want to waste any more time on you. You need to be gone from society.
It is kind of crappy, though, that this piece of, I get why you don't go to trial and all that, but it does kind of suck that we're going to have to spend all this money protecting this piece of crap for the next, because he's young.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be in prison.
Old is he?
He's
like
20s.
28 or something.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Dude, he's going to be in prison for like the next 60 some odd years.
Why doesn't he just want to, like, why do you want to go, like, why don't you want to die?
Well, I think the idea is,
you know what I'm saying?
You're a coward. And by the way, that lady is right. Unless they put him in solitary protective custody, someone's going to get a broomstick and do something with him. And I think we can all agree that if that happens, collectively, we're all going to go, oh, no, not that. That's terrible. Oh.
Well, it was like the Dahmer one.
Yeah, right? Like,
yeah. I don't know. I often wonder how often that happens in prison. I mean, I know that it happens with like
pedophiles.
Yeah, the super creepo guys.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
I think with most people like this that are high profile, I think they try to keep them segregated. But
I know, but I mean,
Dahmer,
there's supposed to be a degree of protection, but then that slips.
Dude,
we see it all the time.
If they hate you, they'll just. It's like I've seen the movies.
Yeah.
They'll look the other way.
They should
leave a door unlocked.
Yeah, why not?
You know, you get what's coming to you.
Yes,
but I've often wondered. No, I'm talking about like the rock.
Yeah.
Part, I've often wondered how often that is actually a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Amongst inmates. I think a lot of times it can be the staff.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
I think that's more likely than it just being a prison shower situation.
I watched there's a series on YouTube. I've talked about it, but there's a guy and he did time. What's the Oregon State Penitentiary?
It's called the Oregon State Penitentiary.
Where is that?
Salem?
Anyway,
Salem?
I
think it's in Salem.
Is it?
I don't know.
The one that he was in was not in Salem, so maybe there's a couple of them. But he basically has a YouTube. He was like a biker, and he has a YouTube channel where he talks to other convicts, and it's really interesting because they talk about all like the race gangs and kind of what it's like, and long-termers versus short-termers, and like a lot of it obviously for like the movies and stuff, according to this guy, it's certainly sensationalized, but it certainly sounds like there is justice, and it's its own little world in the prison system. And if you are not willing to abide by those rules, or you've done something to run afoul of that community, you will get got, unless you are
beat up. Yeah, I get that.
The rape thing is real,
but like
you become someone's property. Yeah.
So the Coffee Creek Correctional Facility is in Wilsonville.
Okay.
These are state prisons. You have the Columbia River Correctional Facility in Portland, Deer Ridge, Madras, East Oregon in Pendleton. Eastern Oregon.
I think that's the one where this guy served a bunch of years.
Oregon State Pen is in Salem.
Salem.
Then you have the Correctional Institute, also in Salem. You have Mill Creek, that was closed. Baker City, Ontario, Umatilla, Lakeview, and Tillamook. And North Bend.
This guy was like telling things like, he went into a cell with a guy, and the guy told him, "You sit down when you pee," and he thought it was a emasculating thing, right? And he was about ready to tell the guy, to go blank yourself. He goes, "I'm not going to be your bitch in the cell." And the guy told him, "This has nothing to do with sex." He was a lifer. The guy whose cell he was sharing, he goes, "You're going to be out of here in 9 months. This is my life. And every time you pee, it's going to spray all over my home that I will never leave. Therefore, you sit down when you pee." And there was like weird stuff like that he talked about when he went to prison. He had to learn there's all these weird little things. Like when you're a lifer, you get to have more of a say than someone that's a short timer.
Unwritten rules, codes, things like that.
But the idea of if the idea of the racial gangs and like that is 100% real, according to this guy. That it is you better pair up with someone, and if you don't pair up with a group of people, then you're on your own, and those are the people that end up what you're talking about. Someone ends up taking an advantage of you because they can.
All right, up next, the woman we all want to hear from. We may hear from her when we return on The Fan.
Dirt and Spray. Dirt and Spray.
I'm Dirt. You ever have one of those days at work where you're just like, what is this day? Except, like, you're on the air. Yeah.
who was the Jeffrey Epstein confidant.
Who will be getting a pardon in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, she is set to meet, so she's in prison. You know, she took the fall. Well, I guess Epstein went to prison too.
I don't know why she's in prison. The whole thing was fake and made up by Obama. So why is she in prison? No one was trafficked.
Yeah, 20 years for sex trafficking for a hoax made up by Obama.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. What's she doing there then?
Well, if there's no victims and there was no clients, then how can there be?
Her sentence is a hoax, I guess.
Apparently, Epstein killed himself.
Well, she's gonna try to cut a deal. So she's, I don't know where she's in prison, but wherever she is, the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is going to go meet with her. And she's going to try to cut a deal, and she's going to possibly speak to Congress.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Under oath.
Again, I'll believe it when I see it. And if she does, something tells me there's going to be a lot of Democrats named if she wants that pardon. And by the way, I'm sure there's a ton.
People saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
There's a ton of Democrats on that list, but something tells me certain people are going to be left out if she ever wants to get out of prison. I don't know who those people are, but something tells me if she doesn't want to get Epsteined, or if she ever wants to see the light of day, there's going to be some names that she shuts up about.
Well, she knows everything.
You would think.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I mean, she had a front row seat to everything.
Yes.
And I think I watched a documentary.
By everything, you mean nothing, because the whole thing was made up. Don't you know that?
Well, I watched a doc on it once, and she was like, she deserves to be behind bars. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
She was basically the groomer, right? I mean, she was, yeah.
She brought the girl, she would groom the girls and bring them to Epstein.
Isn't it crazy that everyone from Clinton to Trump to Prince, like everyone knows there's like a million pieces of circumstantial evidence all pointing that way, and yet we're like, well, I don't know, it's tough to know. Who's to say? Who's to say? Bill Gates. It's like the most powerful people in the world, so we're like, I don't know.
Well, we can't agree on anything.
No, we can't.
It's the right and the left. But I tell you what, one thing we should be able to agree on, or at least they should be able to agree on, is that nobody wants this out there.
No.
Neither side.
Yes.
They should be able to agree at least on that one thing.
And I'm the other way. I want it out. I do too. I don't give two S's who's on the list.
No,
what
I'm the
side.
same. I think everybody's like that. We want to see it.
Yes.
We need to see it. But at the same time, I think all the powerful people on both sides, if there's one thing that can bring them together, it's that they don't want this crap out.
There's a lot of rich people right now with a lot of pucker factor being like, oh, which is why I don't believe it'll ever come out, because when's the last time that a big, powerful person went down like this? It doesn't happen. You can buy your way out. Again, you're talking about former presidents, current presidents, the royal family. And by the way, the royal family guy basically, I mean, that is the done deal. They even basically admitted it. They're like, dude, just go over there and sit down. You know, we know Bill Gates was on that thing multiple times. These are the most powerful people on the planet. And we all know it. And yet nothing's going to happen. Nothing has happened. She's the only one that went to prison.
Well, she's also the only one that can really has an incentive to shed light on anything.
Well, there was one guy, and we know what happened to him.
Well, yeah, I mean the
there's
feds,
magically 3 minutes missing.
Well, the feds aren't going to release anything. No, so really, the only way to get any information on this,
and yet reportedly the head of the FBI is leaking all this stuff to the media.
All I know is this:
the only way to get any information on this is get her version of events.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And then it's just whatever she says, and again, if she's cutting a deal with someone. But you're telling me that if you were the most powerful person on the planet, and your name appeared in something, and it's been in there for years, and it hasn't come out, you're telling me you're just going to be like, all right, let it go, dude. You've got the whiteout and everything else, and that ain't ever.
Okay, so I'll give you 3 scenarios.
Yeah.
1, no deal is cut.
Sure.
2, she cuts a deal and mysteriously dies.
Yeah. Which would be phenomenal if that ends up being the Putin. She fell out a window in prison.
Oh, darn it. She was supposed to be here tomorrow, but she's dead. I guess we can't talk to her.
Sorry.
Or the third option would be they cut a deal with her, but they get to her and she says nothing or says things that, I mean, she can't lie under oath.
But she can omit things. She can not say certain stuff.
She can lie under oath.
Well, she can, but I'm just saying,
is getting her out of prison.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, the third option is they get to her and basically
shut her up,
coach her.
Yeah. I'm guessing that will
Which of the three?
I'm guessing that will be.
That's the one.
Yeah,
She will cut a deal. She will implicate people. It will not be the big bomb that it should be because they will trade her freedom for her only giving some of the information.
This will it's gone too far. Eventually this is not going to quietly go away. They've tried it a million times. It's not going away. And she will speak, and if she's smart and wants her freedom, she will get trained on exactly what to say, how to say it, who to point the finger at, and then she will walk free. Because she ain't... Dude, this girl sex trafficked 12 and 13, 14-year-old girls. You think she cares about the truth? Or you think she cares about not spending the rest of her life in
She
prison?
wants to be free. I'll tell you this, dude. I might go with option 2. She might wind up dead.
I just think...
And I'm not kidding.
I think at this point, I don't think you can.
There's so much scrutiny because of the Epstein stuff.
I think if she ended up dead, it would be the... There's no way it could go away. So I don't. I think the one thing is this has become so big. She is safe. They can't kill her.
You heard it here first.
What if she gives up some information for her pardon and then she disappears before she can complete her testimony?
Yeah.
Like they let her free.
Yeah.
She's talking, and then all of a sudden, oops, we didn't get all that we needed out of her, and now we don't know where she is.
And I'm gone.
That's a good one, too. Yeah. Or 5, Epstein's still alive.
That's right.
He pops into the courtroom during her testimony.
Ah! He comes down from the rafters. It's like, bitches, I'm here. Ah! It's just like, how many ways can you... Like, dude, you were like best buddies with the guy. I mean, it's...
Weren't they lovers?
Well, there's a million different pieces. And by the way, Bill Clinton, you too, buddy. We know the both of you were. How about
this?
You're
talking about Trump.
Yeah. How about we just take Bill and Donald and both? It's like each one gets to be the sacrificial lamb and just be like, yeah. So we get we get a Democratic president, we get a Republican president, and we get Prince Andrew, and then we'll do one billionaire. We throw Bill Gates, and we're just like, cool. All of you go. You're like, ah.
So I guess Pam Bondi, the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Told Trump that he was in the files?
Yes.
Twice?
Yes.
Wow.
And he's played dumb about that when he's been asked as recently as a week ago. After he was told, he said, no, I haven't heard anything about that. No, I don't think so.
And then stunningly, they're like, yeah, there's no files.
I just don't. I do not believe that anything will come of this because nothing ever comes of it.
It's just so blatant.
We are living in a day and age where no one is held accountable for anything. It won't happen.
Brian Koberg is getting held accountable.
That is true. But he's also not really powerful and rich. Especially when it gets to this level. I mean, you have the elite of the elite were on this. And it's just it's not going to happen. I will be shocked if there are real consequences from this. Because how many years has this been out now, and there's been no consequences? None. So now we're doing this whole big round again, and we're gonna yell and scream about it, and then they'll stall, delay, and just keep pushing this out, push it down there. It's like the Blazers getting a free agent. They keep telling you they're gonna do it. They just keep shoving it down. You know what? It'll happen next offseason. Don't worry, the rebuild will start. It'll be fine. Just keep shoving it, and eventually they just wear you down.
You know, you raise a good question. Like, who is the last super rich, powerful person to really face consequences? I mean, you have Epstein. That's one. He went to prison and has been in prison the whole time. Like, he's going to die in prison.
Would you consider that crypto bro, that Sam Bankman-Fried who went away for his huge... I mean, he was the one who lost all those athletes their money and whatever.
How long's he in? Is he...
I don't know how long he's there for. I know he's still there, and I think he's going to be for a while.
Well, who was the... Madoff. He got what...
Oh, yeah.
He got what was coming to him.
He got what was coming
so
to
it
him.
does happen.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when he went down, he didn't have any money left. Like, that was a Ponzi scheme that had run out. Same thing with that. Those guys weren't necessarily rich. They were just fraudsters.
Yeah, you can't be a fraudster.
Well, I mean,
They'll
eventually,
get you on that.
Eventually, that gig kind of, like, you just run out. Like, but I'm talking about someone that really has influence and authority. I'm talking about a world leader. I'm talking about a real full-on billionaire.
But what if they're also a fraudster?
You can buy your way out of it. Yeah, someone said Martha Stewart. She did like 6 months in prison.
And that was
out.
insider trading.
Yeah, and she was fine.
We all do that. Wait.
Yeah. You know, you get to a point where you're bigger and McCracken. You're above the law, and it's true.
I have really big MRI news.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I did see this. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, my man ignored some signs.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's next. Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brian Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan in the NFL, the New York Giants have named Russell Wilson their starting quarterback at Big Ten Media Day. Ducks head coach Dan Lanning says starting linebacker Devin Jackson still dealing with an injury from spring ball and will be limited to open fall camp. Lots of day baseball today, including the Mariners losing the rubber game to the Brewers in their 3-game set. Brew Crew knocking out 17 hits in their 10-2 win. The Giants got a win over the Braves 9-3. Justin Verlander picking up his first win in a San Francisco jersey in 17 tries this season. And the Dodgers had lost 11 of their last 14, but a 5th straight game with a home run from Shohei Ohtani and a walk-off from Freddie Freeman in the bottom of the 9th, enough for a 4-3 win over the Minnesota Twins. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA
Recently,
I've had a few.
The
for my shoulder. You've had a few?
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Yeah.
I'm willing to guess.
I've never been in there.
I'm going to say MRIs. I'm going to go 20 to 25.
It's kind of a weird thing, you know. You get in the little tube, and
They got some open ones now if you can find the right right ones. But yeah, for the most part, you go in the tube. Once or twice, I've been sent to one, and then I've had to reschedule because I don't fit in
Too
the
big.
tube.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, because there's some of the older ones are really small, and so they're like, nope. Like you gotta head over to this place over here. They've got a bigger one or an open one.
My initial observation of my first ever foray into the MRI was how has this technology not come along further? You know?
Oh.
I mean, it's cool technology, but it's like, you got to go, it's like a weird deal. You got to go in this big tube, and there's these and you got to sit in there for like 45 minutes. It's weird.
And it can kill people, apparently.
Dude.
Well, they do tell you, like, one of the first things you do when you go in there is
There are warnings.
There is about 8 million signs that say no metal, because if you don't know, the M in MRA is magnetic.
I think it's an MRI.
Yeah, and what did I say?
You said MRA.
Oh,
I don't know why.
No, MRI.
You got the Rifle Association on your mind.
America!
That would be the NRA.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, damn it.
Hey, don't tread on me. I will not be treaded the pond, Rob. If I want to take my 45 into a medical office, damn it, I can. Yeah, there's like 8 million signs, and the technician asks you like 7 different times, do you have anything metal on you? Like, do you have any metal in you? It is that is about as clear as can be.
So there was a man in Long Island, and boy, I gotta tell you, here's another thing I didn't know about MRIs. They have these like, did you see this place he went?
Oh, yeah.
Called Open MRI?
Yes.
516 Open MRI. Like, dude, that looks, I didn't know they had like fly-by-night MRI operations.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty shady. It's called Open MRI, and you call 516 Open MRI, and you just go in and they throw you in the tube. It's like, I think I'll go to the hospital.
Well, a lot of times, like, the hospital, you don't go to the hospital. You do go to, like, Rebound has them.
No, I know.
The last couple that I've been to.
I'm just saying, it doesn't look sanctioned.
No.
It looks like something you'd find in, like the Philippines or something.
Sure.
That's a little shady. At any rate, this guy, Keith McAllister, 61-year-old man, he went there, Long Island, and he was killed by the MRI machine.
Mm-hmm.
His mom was in there. Apparently, he goes there to she gets routine knee scans in there, and when she's getting her knees scanned, he always goes in to help her up out of the machine. Well, he goes in there with a giant 20-pound chain necklace with a padlock around his neck.
Can I ask the question, who on God's green earth is wearing a 20-pound chain around their neck?
Well, apparently, Mr. McAllister.
Come
now,
on, Kevin.
He said that it was part of his weight training.
What? Oh, so you know what he's saying? I when I was reading this, I'm thinking he's like iced out, like a nice shiny chain. This sounds like he's one of those dudes at the gym that puts like a chain link around his belt or around his shoulders when he's doing dips or pull-ups, like for weight training.
Yes. What? Okay, but
this guy's.
Let me just say something here.
This guy's a moron.
Well, yes. Rest in peace, Keith.
Yeah.
But what I think they're doing is teeing up a lawsuit.
Yes.
Because what she is saying, the mom is saying, is that he had already talked about the necklace with the technician many times before. He had worn it in there before, not into the MRI machine room, but he had it on. So she's kind of teeing it up as, boy, this is really on them.
No.
And we're going to sue them.
She also claimed they didn't tell him that he shouldn't have that. Like, no
That's
one
what I'm
warned him
saying.
the way
Like,
they should.
she's saying all the right things to tee up a lawsuit, basically.
Yeah.
And then I think with the necklace, they're saying, well, it's part of the weight training. He's kind of they're kind of insinuating that he had to be wearing it, which is stupid.
Yeah. I had to be wearing a 20-pound.
Or he had a good reason for having a 20-pound chain on.
It's not just
you're a moron.
It wasn't just a careless saunter in with my ice,
Yeah, you were wearing a 20-pound dog chain with a padlock on it because you thought it made you look badass. You wore it into a room that probably had 19 different signs that told you no metal, and you thought it was a good idea to wear a 20-pound chain. It snapped his neck.
Yeah. They said he had multiple heart attacks.
Yeah.
So what it did was the chain instantly got sucked. It's turned him around and then sucked him straight into the machine.
Yep.
And apparently he had multiple heart attacks and died. Shortly thereafter.
And while I do think it's terrible that someone died, this is, me. This is the same sort of thing when someone ignores 17 different like warning lights and then gets hit by the Max train. Sorry, man. That's on you. Well, I couldn't hear the bells because my headphones were on. And I couldn't see the barrier going down because my hood was up. Cool. On you. Sometimes Darwinism takes over, and while I feel bad for your family, I'm not giving you a dime because you're the dumbass that wore a 20-pound chain into an MRI.
I just think this only happens at a place like Open MRI.
It does feel like a hospital would have too many like safeguards and barriers.
Well, you're not allowed to go in there.
Right.
Are you? I mean, I think you have to, like, he's not even getting an MRI. They wouldn't let him near that thing.
It seems like hospitals would have a much tighter protocol.
I mean, I've never had anyone go into an MRI with me, but I've also never been an elderly woman. But I mean,
I think that door even locks. The technician's not even in there. Dude, come on.
This is just...
And you've heard stories of, like, people who had forgotten jewelry was in, like having, like, belly button rings and, like, earrings and nipple rings, like, ripped out by the machine.
Yep.
But you got the chain around your neck, and it's not coming through your neck.
No. I don't know. I can't. I don't have any sympathy. I really don't. And I don't think this is a tragic accident. I think this is you being a moron. Now, I'm open to the idea that I'm wrong, and you mentioned the Open MRI place. Maybe this is the shadiest...
Well, he's still a moron.
Yes, but maybe you're right. Maybe this is the shadiest place on earth, but...
I just don't imagine that they have a ton of protocols at Open MRI compared to what they do at the hospitals and real clinics.
No, well, they'll be paying for that shortly.
They probably don't have any money.
I wonder... I got to look.
No, I mean they'll be paying in the lawsuit for not having those safeguards.
Well, I understand, but she's going to try to get all their money. Open MRI probably doesn't have any money.
This is why I'm a little questioning. I know that the Open MRI may sound like a fly-by-night sort of thing.
Well, it looks like it.
Well, the cost of one MRI machine, is over $1 million. A used one goes for about $700,000. So while it may be, I don't think you can really have super sketchy fly-by-night operations with a couple $1 million worth of machines in there. And I also don't believe that someone watched this moron walk in with a 20-pound chain around his neck and no one bothered to be like, hey, dude, it's a magnetic machine. You can't... I mean, I've had so many MRIs. Some of them have been in hospitals. Some of them have been in clinics. My last couple have been at Rebound. I mean, I have had so many of these. And I don't recall a single one where I was not asked or saw at least 5 different times, do you have any metal on you? There's a little piece of paper. You have to sign. Do you have any metal on you? I don't buy it. I think this is a case of don't tell me what to do.
So they're saying, this is according to the daughter.
Yeah.
The MRI technician left the room during the procedure to get McAllister to assist his wife, but failed to warn him about the danger of wearing metal near the machine. So in other words, see, I don't buy that.
And a guy who's been there all the time to help out because he helps get the person out of the machine doesn't know that?
No.
Well,
it'd be one thing if it was his first time there. It wasn't.
And by the way, no one stays in the room
Exactly.
with you.
That's what I'm saying. Like the technician is not even in the room.
No.
So that's a lie right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there is not a technician in the room when you.
They're on the other side of the glass.
They get you all set up in there, and then they walk in, and there's a little voice that talks to you, and they say, "Hey, are you going to be okay?" And they talk to you throughout the procedure. Hey, you all right? You comfortable? Whatever. A few more minutes. All right, here, there, and they slide you in. No one comes into the room with you. So the fact that he just wandered in there with his cool 20-pound chain.
She's also saying that, what, dude? The technician is not going to go get you to come help him.
No,
it doesn't work that way. No. They don't let you do. I mean,
this dude wandered into a room that he wasn't supposed to be in.
Well, the minute they realize there's a problem, they're trying to stop the issue. They're not going to go like to another party to have them help.
Right.
It's just not.
Hey, could you help me out here with that big old chain on?
No, we're trying to turn the machine off.
Dude, this is a case of they're just trying to get money because.
Dude, that is a wild story.
And I get why. I mean, this guy's dead, and so you're like, hey, someone needs to compensate us for us. But sometimes you're dead because you're a dumbass.
Well, can we name 20-pound chain around anymore?
Is there any place worse to wear a 20-pound metal chain than an MRI? than in an MRI room?
No, there is not. There is not.
Swimming in an ocean with your wrists and ankles tied? I don't know.
I mean, he wore that in the worst place possible.
Yeah. Like what?
The one place.
Yeah, that is
going to kill him.
Of all the place, maybe a metal scrapyard with that big crane, the big magnetic crane. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not certain that there is a worse place to wear a 20-pound chain. And someone saying lots of radiation. Suk, do you glow at night? MRIs don't use radiation; they use magnets. So. No.
Doing great.
just
all right.
Just FYI on that one.
We wrap up tonight's radio broadcast next on The Fan.
He's back. Damian Lillard is returning.
Really rude, staff, unprofessional, will not ever suggest anyone to go there because they make their money by doing They make their money by doing any more they want. Not certain that I can really trust a 1-star review that ends with, they make their money by doing any more they want. That's tough.
Dude, I trust it.
Yeah,
I guarantee you this place is shady. There's a register, dude.
This just like a few days ago. Don't wear a 20-pound metal chain there. Other than that, you'll be straight 5 stars. Whoops. Now they're getting trolled. I think I should wear my totally necessary 20-pound iron chain with a padlock on it to this fine institution. Hope I don't get a surprise. Yeah, we're getting.
Look, the man died. Okay.
Yeah. 3 stars. Well, I didn't die after getting sucked into an MRI, so I guess that's a win for me. Didn't really care for the staff, though. Yeah, you should probably, if you're open MRI here in Westbury, you should probably just take down the. Can you turn off the Google reviews?
I don't know.
Better hope so.
Blaming this company instead of 2 60-year-olds who can't read signs saying no metal or remember the information given to them via cell phone calls the night before, or many of the signs that are up. Yeah, they're just, there's a lot of that happening. The Google reviews has turned into a blame the people or blame the institute.
Tell you what, one place I will never go, Open MRI on Long Island.
It is right next door to a 99-cent store.
I thought you were going to say you were going to check out the Chili's nearby.
Suk would.
I know.
Hey, dude. I don't want to hear any. You telling me if a Chili's wasn't around the corner right now, you wouldn't be head over for some chicken fingies?
I had to wait 35 minutes for my MRI. Yeah,
Did you
go
say
have a marg.
chicken fingies?
Chicken fingies.
No, I'm not going to Chili's for chicken fingies.
Oh, it's so good. I want some of that. I want some of that chili dip. Some of that chili con queso.
I like those Southwest egg rolls. Those
You're
are solid.
damn right.
With their avocado ranch.
Dude, when you're drunk at like 2 a.m. in Mexico City and you see a Chili's open, you'd go.
Something tells me Chili's is too upscale for the corner Open MRI is on.
Well, I'm looking here.
Happy hour?
You got a 99-cent store. Looks like there's a bargain furniture.
Is there a Big Lots? Maybe a Big Lots?
There's a U-Haul place.
There you go. A Goodwill?
Yeah, doesn't seem so bad. I do see where the parking could get confused. Get confusing. It's discount MRI. What do you want?
Well, it's hard to move that $1 million machine anywhere else. So
that's true.
They're not going anywhere.
They'll be fine.
Everybody have a great night. Okay, we are back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on 105.1 The Fan. Good night.